Last year, the Tonka toy company ran a commercial to parents about broken toys. In it, children told their parents how their toys got broken. One said an elephant stepped on it. We wondered what would happen if an elephant stepped on a Tonka toy. A toy shouldn't break just because a child plays with it.
You know it's true, Mr. Potato Head, I made you. Eyes and ears, mouth and nose too, Mr. Potato Head, I made you.
And now Mr. Potato Head's Sheriff, Fire Chief, and Lady Accessory Kits. Mr. Potato Heads, sold separately.
Mr. Potato Head, I made you.
Air Devils, the planes that really fly. You gotta deliver a crate-marked serum. You start your engine and take off from the Seaside Lab. There's the carrier deck. Drop her down for your final approach. Make a mistake and you crash. Perfect landing. You hand it over. Now, ready for catapult takeoff. You're up and heading for home. Carrier rendezvous mission accomplished by the Air Devils Power Squadron. Air Devils Carrier Rendezvous Adventure with aircraft carrier and a plane that flies. Air Devils.
Here comes Amaze-a-matics, the car with the brain. Now make a Mustang special, Dune Buggy, Stingray special, or Volkswagen Bug. By customizing your present Amaze-a-matics, each customizing kit contains a new wild body, groovy decorations, slick tires, mag wheels. Feed in new program cards or make your own and watch it perform. You can even get a chassis separate and customize it with Amaze-a-matics customizing kits from Hasbro.
Sabrina, Kelly, and Chris. Yes, Charlie's Angels.
Beautiful dolls.
Here's Charlie's Angels hideaway house. A really big, beautiful hideaway house.
The house needs to be put together. It's over 2.5 feet tall, and you can turn it to face the sun. Charlie's Angels house is a big, beautiful place. There's Kelly at the hidden wall.
Angel, I have an assignment for you.
Charlie's Angels hideaway house and Charlie's Angels dolls each sold separately from Hasbro.
This is the rugged new G.I. Joe adventure team. At dawn, G.I. Joe heads out across the desert in search of a mysterious missing mummy. Suddenly, an earthquake. No time to lose. Joe must get the mummy out. Can G.I. Joe win his race against time? Find out in The Secret of the Mummy's Tomb, one of the exciting G.I. Joe adventure team sets. G.I. Joe, now with lifelike hair from Hasbro.
If you want to win the game, you gotta take a good aim and get the most marbles with your hippo. Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
Hungry, Hungry Hippos is the name of the game, and whoever hippo gets the most marbles wins.
Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
I win!
Hungry, Hungry Hippos, new from Hasbro.
Want a punch in the nose? Says who?
These are Knuckle Busters with sound effects record. When you're fighting with Knuckle Busters, one punch in the nose, and zap, back the other guy goes. You fake him with a left, throw a Knuckle Buster right to the nose, and zap, back he goes. You need good timing with Knuckle Busters. As soon as you see an opening, give him a shot to the nose, and zap, back he goes. Knuckle Busters, the two-fisted fighter game with sound effect record from Hasbro.
Meet Major Matt Mason, Mattel's man in space and the bravest astronaut yet. He lives on the moon. We may all be there soon. And he gets around with a jet. Until Sergeant Storm in his red uniform, Major Matt worked all alone. Now, together, they face the dangers of space and seek to learn the unknown. The machines that they drive seem almost alive as they transport the adventurous pair. The new Astrotrack whips through the black, and Firebolt even goes where they meet Captain Laser, his space gear ablaze with energy stored from the stars. He's a giant, it's true, but a friendly one who spent his boyhood on Mars. An exciting place, the world of space, as all the astronauts know. This world is swell. It's made by Mattel. With it, how far can you go?
Now, for every kid who has ever seen a science fiction movie, thrilled to the amazing strength of an out-of-this-world movie monster, comes Great Garoo by Marx. Garoo the Mighty. Garoo the Untamed. Garoo the Terrible. Who can stop him? Who can control this monstrous creature? You can, kids. Because Great Garoo by Marx is yours to command. With these battery-operated controls, you can make Garoo go, stop, bend, pick up, turn. Yes, Great Garoo, almost 2 feet tall, will be your faithful servant. You name it, you're the boss.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring. And there's a hard drive to the top. And Blue Farmer's block is knocked off. His block is knocked off?
Sure, but you can press it right back on again. It's just part of the action with the world's only boxing robots, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marx.
What walks downstairs alone or in pairs and makes a slinkity sound? A spring, a marvelous thing. Everyone knows it's Slinky. It gives a big lift when wrapped as a gift, a very likable toy. It's falling in place, brings smiles to your face, something kids can enjoy. It's Slinky, for fun it's a wonderful toy. It's Slinky, it's fun for a girl and a boy. And Slinky mobiles with big slinky wheels and pistons that move as you go. It makes a great sound when you pull it around. The driver's an old-timey fellow. A Slinky dog, a Slinky train, many more wonderful toys. You tug the string, they do their thing. They're great for girls and boys.
The countdown to terror has begun.
The signal's getting stronger now. It won't be long.
Come quick! The monster done ate my pappy!
Do you really think this was a bear, Doc?
Highly unlikely.
First man on Mars. Once he was human.
There's something shiny in the rock. This is really starting to sting.
Now a bloodthirsty monster, killing and devouring the young. And not so innocent.
Let's take a look at this, huh?
I'm gonna blast the thing back to hell.
Oh, shit.
First man on Mars.
You mean there's aliens out here? Shit, I don't want to get abducted and anal.
This film is not rated.
Merry Christmas. I'm the boss. This is champagne. Merry Christmas. I'm the boss. This is champagne. Merry Christmas. I'm the boss. This is champagne. And welcome to Horror Mike's second part of his special Christmas show, which of course is the Sunday Nooner. And today we will be joined by the great Scream Queen Stephanie Beaton. She will be joining us shortly. Welcome all. And can anyone take a guess what that line is that I was just saying? Merry Christmas, I'm the boss, this is champagne. What movie's that from, folks? Can you take a little guess? Because it's a classic. In any case, welcome everyone. And I hope you enjoyed that little Christmas toy reel that I put together at the beginning of the show. We will be taking a look at that later, as well, of course, as some other videos and pictures that were sent to me by Steve Harrison, our own Steve Harrison, folks. He sent me a bunch of really cool pics of toys, basically from the 70s and 80s, I do believe, maybe a little bit of 90s as well in there. So we'll be taking a look at those. And yeah, that's how it's going on this fine Sunday afternoon. Let's take a look at the chat, shall we? Because I just noticed there's a few comments that have come in since I've started the show. My God. Okay, we've got a few here, folks. Let's get back. Let's get to the top. Stephanie is here in the chat already. Good Lord. Hello, Stephanie. How you doing? Folks, hit that like button as Stephanie commands you. Do it. It's Christmas, for Christ's sake. And that's a lot of trees, folks. That's a lot of trees. Michael Taylor is here saying his hellos. Joe is here. Hello, Joe. How you doing? Good to see you. Getting ready to jump on here soon. Yes, indeed. Got to get dressed and blow dry my hair. That's what's going on with Stephanie right now, folks. Mike is cooking chicky and waffles. Well, it's actually pancakes, flapjacks, but close. Anyways, we will be getting to that. I'm going to take you guys inside Horror Mike's incredible kitchen, and we're going to do that live soon. That's part of the what's in store for you today on the Horror Mike Christmas Show Special Part 2, where we place an emphasis on Christmas toys you may or may not have gotten. But I'm sure that probably most of you guys have gotten some of the toys we're going to be showing to you today. So hang on to your hats. Horror Mike will be cooking some horrible food, lol. And I think that's kind of something that's a little deserving of... There we go. We've got Kelvin Fraser on the scene. Hello, Kelvin. How you doing? Good to see you. Old school commercials? Yes, indeed. We're going old school. Most of the stuff that you just saw, of course, was from the 60s and 70s. But of course, many of those toys, such as G.I. Joe, lasted well into the 80s and maybe even the 90s. You know, as far as their popularity, we're going to take a look at those. We got some great Tonka truck stuff. Michael Taylor, wait until now you saw the great commercial that I played. We're going to show that again. Of course, the elephant trying to crush the Tonka truck. No such luck, because those Tonka trucks were built like trucks, folks. That's what I'm saying right now. Mr. Potato Head, I think, you know, probably at least 50% of the people in the studio audience had Mr. Potato Head. I'm going to take a guess there. Gotham City Comics is here. Hello, Gotham City. Good to see you. Yeah, also G.I. Joes, very popular back in the day. I would say G.I. Joes were popular for at least 20 or 30 years, you know, and they're certainly collectible today. You see them on eBay. Some of those prices are rather frightening. Kelvin says, I remember G.I. Joe from the 1980s. There you go. So G.I. Joe was good to go through the 1980s. I mean, beginning, I would assume in the early 60s, you know, maybe even late 50s. I don't know. But they were around for a good 3 decades. Michael Taylor thinks he had hungry hippos, or he just had a bad dream, folks. That's involving hippos in a lot of water. Okay, that's kind of what I'm saying there. Gotham City Comics. He's on the scene, folks. Did I just... Yeah, there he is right there. All right. Never had Major Matt Mason. I had a couple of them. Great Garoo, yes, that was a popular, I would definitely say 1960s toy, the Great Garoo. It may have been popular in the 70s too. I'm not sure. I never had one. But a very interesting toy. Garoo is on my Christmas list for Santa. There you go, folks, right there. Paul O'Neill is with us today. Hello, Paul. Merry Christmas, everyone, and right back at you, Paul O'Neill. Shadowhawk Talks is with us. Hail Horror Mike and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, etc. However you celebrate the season, hope everyone is happy and healthy. A great greeting there, Shadowhawk Talks. Great to see you. Okay, you think you had Rock'em Sock'em Robots. There you go, right there. I was a child in the 80s, so every toy was plastic and mostly non-lethal. Slinky. Of course, a lot of people had the Slinkies. Kelvin Fraser, born in 1972. So yeah, you're right in at the late 70s, all the way through the 80s. So we've got 80s stuff to show today as well. Kelvin says, happy holidays, Horror Mike. And right back at you, Kelvin. Good to see you here. Snowman. Shadowhawks has got the triple snowman threat. Steve Harrison is here. Hello, Steve. Great to see you, man. I've got those photos lined up, my good man. Shadowhawk, hail Stephanie Beaton. Indeed. She will be with us shortly, folks. All the best to all. Yo, Mike. Yo, Steve. That's what I'm saying right now. Hiya, Steph. Steve Harrison, favorite toy for me, it was the original G.I. Joe and Captain Action. Kelvin says G.I. Joe has been popular since the definitely since the 1960s, Kelvin. Definitely. Absolutely since the 1960s. For many decades. No doubt about it. And very collectible today. Steve says Vietnam War brought down Joe in the 70s. Action Team took over. Yeah, Joe was early 60s. Yeah. And I think he was still had popularity in the 80s. Believe it or not. Like after Vietnam cooled down, I am absolutely sure that G.I. Joe came back in the 80s as well. I heard the perpetrators of the gruesome Wonderland murders used Tonka trucks. That is pretty sick, Joe. I wonder if they used elephants as well. I didn't hear about that. Graphic Man is here. Hello, Graphic Man, and Merry Christmas to you. Mike, I showed my family the trailer for Primevals. They can't wait to see it. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. Well, you're very welcome, Graphic Man. And as I said on the Friday night show, that is, as far as movies for 2024 goes, that's the one I am anticipating the most. And hopefully Full Moon Entertainment's going to get that thing out in the first part of 2024, at least by spring. That's what I'm thinking right now, because I do know that they, this year in 2023, they had it at a few film festivals. So I think it's just completing its film festival run, which means they're ready to release it officially. I'm assuming on Blu-ray, of course, streaming video. They might release it on DVD. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Yes. Michael Taylor says, yeah, I had a lot of great toys in the 70s. I was born in 66, so I missed out on the 60s toys. 60s is probably the start of the great pop culture merchandising, in my opinion. Kelvin says, hello, Stephanie Beaton. Michael Taylor says, Captain Action was great and fortunately never had them. I didn't have them either and wasn't really familiar with them. Pretty sure I saw that Tonka truck commercial. Great commercial. It is. It's totally awesome, folks. Steve says, Joe went to a 3-inch size in the 80s to help sell vehicles. Both 12-inch and 3-inch have many vehicle versions and revivals. Yes. What about monster models, guys? Oh, yeah, we're going to get to those. Well, you sent a few photos of the Aurora models, so I'm going to be showing those soon. Kelvin, speaking of Full Moon Entertainment, have you seen Subspecies 5? I don't think I've seen Subspecies 5. I can tell you with certainty I have seen the first 3. Not sure about 4. Although Subspecies 4 may be on Tubi now. So I know that 5 is new. Eric Boyd is here. Hello, Eric. Good to see you. Merry Christmas, my good man. Horror Mike is so old that his most dangerous toy was a hoop and a stick, folks. That's what I'm talking about right there. And I think once again, that deserved a little rim shot. Okay, that's what I'm talking about right there. Joe, every time someone in chat writes Joe, it gets highlighted on my end. Yeah, that is weird. That's a strange one. There's Stephanie. She's back. Indeed, saying her hellos to all. Steve Harrison says Captain Action had costumes of Batman, Superman, Green Hornet, Buck Rogers, and others you could dress him in. Oh, okay. That is odd. Never had that one, I could tell you. Michael Taylor, I had a lot of Aurora glow-in-the-dark models in the early 70s. Yes, indeed. Eric Boyd is laughing hysterically. Hopefully it's a joke. I would hope, with the thing and the deal. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all else to one and all. There we go, folks. Oh, I would have loved to have had those, Michael Taylor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Look, for people, I'm just going to show the beginning of this, because people were talking about the Tonka truck thing. This is just a short little clip from a video that I edited together of a ton of different toys, which we will be watching a little bit later. But check this out.
Last year, the Tonka Toy Company ran a commercial to parents about broken toys. In it, children told their parents how their toys got broken. One said an elephant stepped on it. We wondered what would happen if an elephant stepped on a Tonka toy.
There we go, folks. That is the elephant stepping on the Tonka dump truck. And it's just a classic. I remember that when I was a kid. Like, oh my God. Well, we're talking late 60s for me, when I started recognizing toys, such as Tonka or Slinky, stuff like that. You get to like you're 6, 7 years old, and you really start kind of like keying into certain toys that you really want. That's kind of what's going on at that age. So I do recall some of those very late 60s toys, although it really was the 70s for me, early 70s, early to mid 70s with Aurora model kits and so forth. G.I. Joe, huge. That was a huge deal. But in any case, let me get back to the comments here. I think I've gotten a few. Steve says they should build airplanes with Tonka metal. Yes, that would at least 1960s, 70s Tonka metal. Anyways, great commercial it is. That's just like the ultimate commercial, isn't it, guys? I mean, that's what I'm talking about right there, where you're just proof like, okay, we make toys that are basically indestructible. That's the whole thing with Tonka. And I had the dump truck. That was the thing. I think a ton of people in this chat had the actual Tonka dump truck. It was just, maybe it was the commercial itself that popularized that specific Tonka vehicle, but it was just like, man, everybody had the freaking dump truck, and you would have to, I don't know what, it just, you could never destroy the thing. That was really, that was something right there. I know even people tried to blow them up, didn't have much luck, I mean, you'd have to get like a half stick of dynamite. You know what I'm saying? To do any real damage. Firecrackers wouldn't even phase those Tonka trucks. I'm telling you right now. So that was one of an early, you know, present toy that I really remember. Matt Mason is another one. I had a couple of the Matt Mason figures. I don't know if I had any of the spaceships or anything like that. I don't recall that, but I remember Matt Mason. Definitely. So they used the metal in old Tonka trucks on Wells Fargo armored cars. There you go, right there. Steve says, does anyone remember Green Ghost? Yes, the Green Ghost. I had that as a family, actually. I mean, we had that game. My brothers and I used to play it a lot. That was huge. Green Ghost, folks. I'm glad you remembered that, Steve, because I'm going to have to find it now. We're going to have to take a little look at it, shall we? I think that's what's going to happen. Hot Wheels. Kelvin, another one. There were so many. I had Hot Wheels. I was a Hot Wheels fanatic. I remember, and this is once again, this had to have been 68, 69. I'm 7 years old. Let's put it that way, somewhere in there. And getting one of the first Hot Wheels cars, that must have been like the late 60s, right, folks? When Hot Wheels came out, and it was a Corvette, you know, and I think that was one of the first Hot Wheels cars that ever came out, if I'm not mistaken. And then eventually my brother and I got some track. You know, they had the racing track. That stuff is, there's a toy that has stood the test of time. I mean, you go into any store, any toy store, you got Hot Wheels, folks. I mean, you can even go into, you know, like the Dollar Tree. They sell them. They're $1.25. You know, you can get Hot Wheels, and I think they sell accessory track, you know, as well. I'm pretty sure of it, you know, but Hot Wheels is still going. So Hot Wheels has had a longevity of over 50 years as a toy. That's saying a lot, folks. That's saying a lot. And of course, you know, guys, Matchbox, you know, even though Matchbox isn't as quote unquote snazzy as your Hot Wheels, right? Matchbox, I had Matchbox cars. Some of those were really, really cool, and they're still being sold. They're, you know, selling them all over the place. Those two things have held together really well, you know, have stood the test of time. Michael Taylor says, I think my Tonka was a combination of crane and dump truck. Ooh, fancy. Fancy, Michael Taylor. Yes. I had the dump truck, a grader, and a crane, totally unbreakable, except for the string cable on the crane. Yep. There's that would be the thing that could possibly break, you know, on those. But they're just amazing. Absolutely amazing toys. Melissa Morales has joined us. Hello, Melissa. Great to see you, and Merry Christmas to you. Gratu Orloff is on the scene. Hello, Gratu. Good to see you, my good man. Merry Christmas to you, my fine sir. Steve Harrison says, Hot Wheels 1969. There it is, original release with track. Folks, it must have been, and correct me if I'm wrong, the first Hot Wheels car, 1969. I remember this. Okay, I'm at that point, I guess I'm 7. I'm 7 years old. And I remember we're in Denver, Colorado. My mom, my brother, and I we go to Denver to visit my Aunt Dee, in Denver. And Denver at that time, we're going, you know, downtown. There were a couple of major department stores. And of course, there was Ilitch's Gardens, which I remember this was one of the greatest roller coasters that ever existed, the Cyclone, which was a wooden roller coaster. and it was like a bat out of hell. Fantastic. Ilitch's Gardens in Denver. Large Polish community. I know that because I'm 50% Polak, folks. There you go. 50%. And in any case, so we go to the department store. It's on the tip of my tongue. I want to say something like Macy's. Maybe it was. This is downtown Denver. And my brother and I think it was my aunt, actually. She bought us like the Corvette. And it could have been the first Hot Wheels car, and we were just like, wow, Hot Wheels, what? Corvette. It was huge. That was a huge freaking thing, folks. Douglas is here. Douglas Sanguinetti is on the scene. Hello, Douglas. Merry Christmas to you, my good sir. I had G.I. Joe, $6 Million Man, Evel Knievel. Merry Christmas all. Yeah, now I knew people, I want to say in the 70s, that had the Evel Knievel. I never actually had one. And of course, the $6 Million Man. But yeah, I had G.I. Joes. There's no doubt about that. And I even remember having the G.I. Joe Frogman. Remember that one, you guys? You could, the diver, the Frogman suit. I had that one. That was a beauty. Kelvin says, I had Transformers, ColecoVision, etc. Okay, that's coming later. That's past my toy prime, indeed. Michael Taylor says, Douglas, I had $6 Million Man and Evel Knievel stuff as well. Okay, well, there you go. Some popular items right there, folks. In Canada, we got a lot of British toys. Corgi. I had some Corgis, Steve Harrison. And Corgi was popular back in the day. It was Corgi, Matchbox, and Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels was like the flamboyant stuff that was kind of, how should we say, along the fictional lines. You know what I'm saying? It was more fiction, more like almost some of those things were like kind of sci-fi in a way. So that was kind of Hot Wheels for us. But they were great, obviously. But Corgi and Matchbox, of course, they were cars that existed in reality, and really well done back in the day. There, just researched. Hot Wheels released their first car in 1968. Did it say it was a Corvette, Eric? It could have been, because I remember that Corvette, folks. Steve Harrison says, from Man. Oh yeah, Frogman was impossible to get out of the suit. You needed to use baby powder when you put it on. Yes, that was a pain. I do remember that, Steve. Kind of a pain in the arse. I had Evel Knievel too, old school. Eric says Corgi and Corgi Jr. were popular as well. They had a great Spider-Man, Spider Copter, and a spider bike along with Superman's punching rocket. Man, that's woo. Oh, here we go. Stephanie is here. We're going to bring her in, folks, right now. Hello there.
Well, hello, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Stephanie. How you doing? I love your hat. Quite nice indeed.
Oh, good. I don't know how long it's going to last because I didn't realize this. Santa's favorite hoe shirt was a sweatshirt.
And so, yeah. So how are the temps in Southern California now today?
It gets cold at night.
Yeah.
Gets really cold, like about 45, 50.
That's actually that's getting a little brisk.
It's brisk.
Yeah. Today it's amazing. I think it's going to hit 75 degrees. Here in Florida.
Oh my God!
I'm in North Florida, so we expect a few weeks out of the year as far as winter goes to be, you know, we'll get freezing temps at night, you know, below 32 degrees, but for the most part, it's pretty mild. And of course, the further south in Florida you go, Miami, it's like 150 degrees or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It is hot, man. You know,
yeah.
It's hot with that.
Oh my God.
Hot Cuban blood down there. You know what I'm saying?
Krampus is here, just FYI.
Krampus. Where's? Oh, there's Krampus right there.
I can bring him up. Him up. He can sit right next to us.
I'm gonna bring you in. Look at that. It's Krampus. Holy Toledo.
I stuffed him on a pumpkin.
Oh, that is fantastic. Check that out, folks. Krampus. I love it. I love it.
'Tis the season, right?
Yes, it is. It is. And well, we got a lot of people chiming in here. Hello, Stephanie Beaton, says Kelvin. Michael Taylor saying hi.
Hey, Kelvin. Hey, Michael.
Joe is on the scene. Steve Harrison.
Hey, Steve.
Saying hello. Douglas Sanguinetti is here.
Hey, Doug.
He's loving the Christmas shirt.
Oh, nice. I know when I seen this, Santa's favorite hoe, I was like, I have to have it.
That is great. That is fantastic.
As someone's smoke detector's going off, their house is burning down right now. Cooking Christmas dinner. What the hell?
Yeah, in my neighborhood, it would be more like they're cooking crack, and then you would have a subsequent fire. Michael Taylor says, yeah, winter's a bitch here in New York City. Yes, indeed. That can get a little nippy there, Michael Taylor. Good Lord.
I can.
Eric says, yes, there was a custom Corvette as part of the Sweet 16 line for Hot Wheels. Well, I just remember getting that Corvette, and it was kind of like, wow, Hot Wheels, what a toy, you know?
Yeah.
One of those things, man. It was just crazy. Well, they say, did I miss somebody? Oh, no, I got Gabriella. Oh, yeah, I did.
Hey, Gabby.
I missed Gabriella Toloy is here. Hello, Gabriella. How are you doing?
Nice. In the house from Wales.
From Wales. Wow.
Yeah. You got him far and wide, Mike.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I saw Werewolf by Lunchtime. Now he's in Australia.
Yeah, where's he at?
He's in Australia. So he's a full 12 hours ahead of us.
So no, Australia is like 19 from California.
Oh, from California, yes. Yeah, from here it's 12.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You're only 3 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what it is, because when I come on at 8, he says, yeah, it's 8 a.m. When I'm on at 8 p.m., he's like, yeah, it's 8 a.m. here.
All right.
So we got it.
Well, he's probably celebrating Christmas right now.
Yeah, or he's passed out from drinking too much spiked nog.
Nice.
Man, that could be it right there. Now, for some reason, Steve Harrison is saying red rim wheels. I missed something. Oh, okay. He was talking about the Corvette. Got it. Douglas says, love the Krampus. That is a nice.
Doug has the Krampus, and he put whatchamacallit, lights in the eyes. He made their eyes light up.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
Should have brought Krampus up. I was like, I'm going to have it here. I dug out my cow. It doesn't work, but my friend Simona got it for me last year off of eBay, but it doesn't actually work. This was one of my favorite toys when I was a kid.
Oh my God. Check it out.
Right? He would drink, you put the milk, and then he would drink it, and you squeeze the udders.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't work. Unfortunately, it doesn't even move. But it was one of my favorite toys when I was a kid.
Wow. I remember that. there's actually a commercial on YouTube. They
I
have
know.
that. I think it's called something like the 10 weirdest toys you could ever buy. And
Yeah,
that's
right.
one of them. Right there.
Well, this was one of my favorite freaking toys.
They were like, you see, the cow drinks from the trough, and then you can milk him.
Right. You put the head down, and then you pump the tail so it drinks. And then the head comes up and it goes when it's done, and then you milk the cow. The udders actually squeeze. They're soft udders.
That is just insane.
I know, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, but look, otherwise it looks like it's in fantastic shape.
Yeah, it's just got a little scratch here.
I mean,
but otherwise.
How old would you say that is? I mean, what?
Oh, this came out in the 70s because I was a kid when I had it. I was born in 72.
Okay, well there you go. So that has actually lasted.
Yeah, I know. Somebody had it and it lasted. They probably just put it away and then they sold it.
Probably. Wow,
right?
That is incredible.
Well, the hooves are crooked. I straightened up her hooves.
That is just fantastic. I can't even.
I know.
And it was the strangest thing because I swear to God, I was going through some videos yesterday to compile, for editing to put together like a toy video. And I saw it. I saw that the cow commercial, and it reminded me because I remember that back in the 70s. That is just freaking great.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. I'm going to do X solo. Here we go. Now, Melissa Morales says, "Hey, Steph, love the shirt."
Hey, Melissa.
Michael Taylor, we're going to see Mike's Kitchen. Very cool. Yes, you are. You're going to see Horror Mike's Kitchen. And
yes, let's get cooking.
There's also a mystery guest in the kitchen.
Oh, who is it?
Yeah, that's for me to know and you to find out. And we will find out soon, folks.
Nice.
We're going to see Mike's Kitchen. Very cool. Okay. Eric says, hello again, Stephanie. Good God, lass. Great to see you.
Nice. Thank you.
Gabriella Toloy says, I'm in Wales and there's a storm going on. Glad it's not as bad in L.A.
No, we had a really bad storm. We had a power outage. When I came home Friday, the lights were out until about 10 o'clock. So I had no electricity. It's been a week.
Wow, that is just incredible because, man, I don't know. Things do change a little bit. One of the things about living in Southern California typically was that the weather was just constant and there were really never any bad storms per se. It happened. They did happen, but it was like once in a blue moon.
Right.
And of course it was the earthquakes. That was the thing that we feared the most.
Right.
So Eric says, I'm doing some research on Hot Wheels, first line of cars. Pretty awesome. There we go.
Very cool.
That is quite nice indeed. Hey, Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve back at you, Gabriella.
Yes.
In Wales. Well, of course.
In Wales.
Yeah, for her, it's, well, I guess about 6 hours later from where,
8 hours for me.
Okay, so 5 hours then, right? So it's got to be coming up on 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where she is. Shadowhawk says, save the whales, shoot the seals. Whoops, wrong whales. Oh, he's just and I think that deserves a little bit of. There we go. And so moving on, folks, we're getting to Steve Harrison, Merry Xmas, Gabriella. Douglas says, it's unseasonably warm here in Ohio. Santa will be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah,
I have shorts on.
Yeah, it was just a few days ago. We actually got down to freezing at night, but it comes in, it lasts for maybe 2 nights, and then it's like you got 2 weeks where it's like 70 during the day. So,
yes.
You know, it's, in other words, it's just not that hardcore. As far as you know, the cold weather goes. I mean, I can remember. I'll tell you one thing. I remember living in North Carolina. Now, you would think like North Carolina, it's technically still the South. You know, it's the Virginia split is where it starts. You know, people start thinking it's North. But living there, I think I was there for about almost 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And we had like ice storms.
Yeah.
I mean, just wicked ice storms that would freeze all the power lines and, you know, the whole thing. You just have solid. Then, of course, we'd have tornadoes going right down the street.
What?
Literally. There was one night, it wasn't our street, it was the street, you know, one street over. And we're standing there at the window because we're watching everything, you know, just trees blowing around and shit. And then we see like this incredible disturbance, you know, over one block.
Oh my God.
And these trees just going down. And there's like this swirling shit. And we're like, holy crap, that's a tornado going down that street.
Yeah.
You know? So we would get stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, at the end, I think we both agreed, my ex-girlfriend and I, we're just like, look, there's way too much weather in North Carolina. We got to get the hell out and get to a place where there's less weather issues. Because it was just a freaking joke. Then we from there, we ended up moving to Washington State.
Oh my God. On the West Coast, right?
On the West Coast. And that's mild. Washington State is the only thing that Washington State is bad for is like 4 months of constant drizzle.
Oh yeah.
It just like barely is raining, but it's dark, you know, and it's just it can be kind of depressing, you know, I guess. But you've got, of course, British Columbia right above us. I mean, I was literally, I bought a house up there, and it was 4 miles from the Canadian border.
Oh, wow.
And it was another 15 miles north to Vancouver.
Oh, so my God.
We would just drive to Vancouver. You
know?
Nice. Beautiful. The islands, all of the associated islands off of Vancouver. Vancouver Island, of course. At one point, of course, I was doing a lot of kayaking. So I would kayak out to a few of the islands where I was, you know, and you had, like, of course, a ton of dolphins. I'd have dolphins surfacing right next to my kayak and all that.
And how come you gave it up for Florida?
Oh, well, that was, man, talk about an incredible, what happened is I was I decided to, I was trying to become a veterinary technician.
Okay.
Right. So I went to school, and after a year, I was like, okay, that's enough. I want to volunteer at a shelter as a veterinary assistant to you know, veterinarians, but not in the United States.
Oh.
And I was like, I want to go to South America. So what happened is that at that time, this is like 2005, I'm like, okay, let's check it out. You could get a round trip ticket from Florida, from Miami to Venezuela for like $180.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh my God, that's so cheap. So my dad lived in Mississippi on the coast. So I drove. I made this incredible, it's just insane journey with my van that was kind of screwed up. It was a very old van, but all straight down to California to visit my mom and her, my stepdad, and then all the way across on the 10. You know, the 10 freeway goes all the way across.
Yeah, of course.
Through New Orleans to Mississippi. Visited my dad, and this was as it turns out, this was in August, Stephanie, of 2005, about 1 week before Katrina hit.
Oh my God.
So I'm there, and we get the news that this hurricane is coming up, and I'm like, look, Dad, we need to get the hell out because it's coming right for us. I mean, Bay St. Louis, Mississippi was the epicenter of Hurricane Katrina. That's where it came up. that's where he lived, right, in Bay St. Louis.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, look, this thing is becoming a monster. It's gaining, strength. It's gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna drown if you stay here. And he just flat refused. He was like, look, it's my house and I'm gonna stay here. And if it kills me, so what? I've got some friends coming over and we're gonna ride it out. And I'm like, okay, all right. And that was it. I of course, smartly, I took off. I went to it was a place called the Funiac Springs in Florida, about 80 miles to the east, and just missed it. It did get hit, but it was not as severe. It was only like 80-mile-an-hour winds.
Only 80 mile an hour.
Right. It was so bad, like Bay St. Louis, as people may be aware, the major bridge that connected Bay St. Louis to Gulfport, Biloxi, and then, of course, further on to Mobile, Alabama, that bridge was totally destroyed. Right? I mean, this is a huge span bridge.
Yeah.
Concrete bridge just completely wiped out. There was no way to get back to Bay St. Louis. All roads in or out were completely destroyed.
Oh my God.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm in Florida, and this was the whole thing. The plan was to go to Florida, drive the rest of the way to Miami, and leave my car and go to Venezuela to do the, to volunteer. So I call my brother who's in North Mississippi, and he's like, hey, look, you should go on to Miami because we're going to go down and check out Dad. Because they had a route from the north where they could somehow get through. And he was explaining this. He was like, look, there's apparently a side road that is not wiped out. And so we're going down there now. And I'm like, okay, just call me when you get there, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they got there. My dad was totally fine. His friend was fine. They were in his house, right? The water came up to about, as he described, about a 5-foot level.
Oh my God.
And they were like, well, we got to get to the attic, right? So he's got this little attic up there. And fortunately, as they were going into the attic, that's when the water leveled off, right? And it started slowly going back down.
Oh my God.
So they came back down, and the entire house was just totally.
Of course.
Can you imagine 5 feet of water in a house?
Yeah, that's it.
That's basically it. So then you have the added attraction. All of these houses, thousands of houses across the coast that are in the same shape, right? They're all destroyed. The walls are just completely like mush. Everything is completely, done. So you have to have all the walls ripped out. All of the flooring is destroyed, obviously, because your carpeting and all that shit's just it's like mud, right?
Yeah.
So the problem became people that, like construction workers, being able to handle all of the ripped off roofs and all of the interiors of houses that were destroyed. And so basically what happened was that when I came back, this was like 5 months later. I come back after volunteer. I was volunteering at this animal shelter in Venezuela, and it actually turned out pretty good. And it was there that I met this chap from London who was there, and he was just there on vacation,
Oh, wow.
but we started talking about the music in South America. In South America, you have street musicians or what we would call buskers all over the place. They're just playing everywhere in the streets.
Yeah.
And we loved this. We had this thing in common. We're like, man, these guys, this music is incredible. We don't have anything like this in the United States.
Yeah.
You do see some of that, like for instance, in New Orleans and a few other cities, but not much. And so we made the plan for the next year to go back and start recording these groups in the streets, you know? and that's what the Howling Earth project. I think I told you about this. HowlingEarth.com.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's where that sprang from.
Okay.
So I had a reason to go back to South America several more times. Ended up staying there. I got married to a Peruvian woman. Ended up staying in Peru for about 4 years. You know, so I've been in South America all total at least 6 years of my life.
Did you bring her to the States?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We lived here in the United States. We lived in Peru. Of course, when you have family in both, you have to kind of end up accommodating both of them.
Right.
It's just one of those things, you know.
Yeah.
And it was, it was crazy because the first time we moved down there, I moved all of my stuff down there. Okay. Now I'm talking like 2 tons.
Wow.
2 tons of stuff.
Wow.
Which was insanely expensive.
Yeah.
And I would never do that again. I mean, how I got my stuff back to the US, it was just totally insane. But so yeah, getting back to the thing, I come back 5 months later, go back to they had finally fixed the bridge so people could get back from, you know, eastern Mississippi. They could go back to Bay St. Louis and so forth. And so, of course, I took my van, got my van out of storage, drove back up to my dad's house, proceeded to because at that time he's still working on his house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just like months later, just all kinds of shit, you know. So I end up living with my dad for several months, fixing his house.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, so what do you think, Dad? So what if another one of these big hurricanes comes? And he's like, well, I think I'll move. That's with, you know, suddenly his tune had changed. Okay. Yeah. He was just like, yeah, I'm not going to go through that bullshit again. And you know, the thing is, Stephanie, is that growing up on the coast of Mississippi, I've been through like 7, 8 major hurricanes in my life. You know, Hurricane Camille, 1968, 69. I was just a little kid.
Wow.
So, but that was huge. I mean, that was it was smaller than Katrina, but more powerful. It was like throwing boats up onto the shore, shit like that. And, you know, it just crazy. Totally. It was like Wizard of Oz type of tornadoes, you know, throwing animals and parts of houses into the air. Shit like that. So in any case, I've been through enough hurricanes. When I saw Katrina coming, I was just like, okay, this is going to be really bad, and it's coming right towards Bay St. Louis. So but my dad was a stubborn ass, and so that's kind of what happened with that. But he lived. He got his house fixed again, and that's where he stayed until he passed away.
Oh my God.
Bay St. Louis.
Oh,
Hurricane Katrina.
Wow. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. That was a very, very freaking bad. So I'm now, and once again, I'm kind of like on the Gulf Coast, Stephanie. I'm fortunately, instead of being 1 mile in from the coast where we were on the Gulf Coast, where I live, it's a good 25 to 30 miles inland.
Oh my God.
So when a hurricane hits here, if it hits the shore, it immediately is degraded once it, you know, starts moving inland. It just, you know, it loses its power.
Yeah.
That's the big plus of living in
where you live.
Where I'm at in northern Florida, you know. I'm not directly on the coast like Panama City or
if you're down by Fort Myers and all that. Oh, you get
Myers. God, did you saw what happened to them last year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they got just mangled.
They did.
And we just dodged a bullet. Another hurricane came up, went past Fort Myers, but veered in about 25 miles south of where I live. And we got a lot of it. I got major debris in the yard. No house damage, fortunately.
Thank God. No flooding, right?
No flooding.
Oh,
Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing. It was kind of freakish because I was like, man, the two hurricanes followed the same path in the same season. It was and they came from the exact same point. That was the north point of Mexico.
Right.
I forget what the hell that is right there on the ocean, but they
This
both
is the Gulf
formed,
of Mexico, right?
It is the Gulf of Mexico, yes. They both formed there, and they just made a straight line all the way up on the west coast of Florida.
Wow.
And did their damage. So I'm kind of thinking now, I'm like, okay, there were two of those that just happened. It's going to be another 10, 15 years before, typically that's kind of what happens. You get a few bad ones in your location. And then it's kind of like the lottery,
right.
It's like the hurricane lottery, Stephanie. I
don't know. I was thinking about moving to Florida, but I don't know. The hurricanes kind of trip me out.
They're trippy. They're real. The one saving factor about hurricanes is you can evacuate.
Yeah.
You're going to have time to move. I mean,
but still, you can lose everything.
Yeah. And I tell you what, when I ended up leaving Bay St. Louis, when Katrina was just about to hit, I get on the 10 freeway to go, east into Florida. It was like an apocalypse. I'd never seen anything like it. The freeway we're talking was totally packed with cars, and cars were going off the freaking side of the freeway. You know how freeways go down with the grass?
Yeah.
They were going down the grass and sometimes crashing at the bottom to go somewhere because everybody knew that thing was about to hit. Yeah. And I was like, like everybody else, you're going out, like you're trying to get to the next exit. You exit and there's hotels, right? They're all booked. There's people like running in the streets like madmen. It was totally insane. And so I ended up like staying off the freeway. I was like, screw the freeway. I just found this weird little, road, not even a highway.
Yeah.
And just kept going east, until I found Defuniak Springs.
Oh,
and that was it, man. It was, that was really insane. So yeah, it's not pleasant. But the thing about earthquakes though, is that it's like you have no time to do anything.
No, we had one the other night, but I didn't feel it. It's in Huntington Beach, I think it was. Yeah, I didn't feel it, but we've been having a lot here near Carson, so I definitely feel those.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the Whittier earthquake. That was bad. That was in the 80s.
Yes. Yeah. If we felt it up in Oxnard when I lived up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
the Northridge one. I was in West Hollywood. Northridge. That was bad.
That was even. I think that was. Well,
that was bad. We didn't have electricity for like 2 or 3 days.
Right. Yeah. Damage and fatalities. I think it was worse than Whittier. Yeah,
the freeways collapsed. People were smashed. It was bad.
Yes,
it was bad.
So everybody, I'm glad that everybody's here to hear us talk about disasters. on this fine Christmas Eve. Yes.
Right?
Good Lord. Okay, let's take a look at the chat.
I know.
They're like, what the hell are you guys doing?
I know they're probably like, is he gonna cook or what?
I know. I'm getting ready, guys. I'm getting ready. I was big on Matchbox. Remember the Matchbox spinning showcase? I do remember that, Michael Taylor. Cars would have a number. You would tell the guy which number you wanted, and they would get it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. That was and there was a box you could get that was like I think it was Matchbox showcase box, and it opened up, and part of it was like a parking lot that you could drive your cars up to and park them in the little lot. It was
wow.
Trip. Shadowhawk says they have the red line tires that are pretty collectible, right? Okay, so that's wherein some of those Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars get really expensive, of course, in the collecting market. Huge. Steve says, I have a donkey that has cigarettes come out of its bum. Folks, there you go. I swear to God, Steve, you're going to have to come on the show with the donkey at some point. Because I got to see that personally.
Are you able to like do multiple screens, like 4 people, 5 people?
Yeah, I think the limit on StreamYard is for my account, which is the cheap ass account of free. In other words, is 6 people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You should organize something.
Well, that's and I have tried to get some people on before. Actually, next week, next Friday or Sunday, I think I'm going to do once again another Friday and then a Sunday show.
Okay.
I think I'm going to get Captain Strangelife on.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Guy, yeah, he's quite great. I've had him on the show before. Some people just aren't really up for coming on a show. That's basically, I've kind of discovered this. There's some, they just prefer to be in the chat and that's it. Yeah. And that's cool.
Right.
Michael Taylor says, Stephanie, very cool that you still have your toy. That is an amazing freaking toy. I can't even believe it.
That cow was actually, Simona went on eBay and got that. That's not my original one. I lost my original one.
You're right. You had one originally, though, is it?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the
had it been my original, it probably would still work.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing, Stephanie, because people I got to admit, I don't have a toy. I mean, or even an original, a toy that I bought again because I remember having it. I've been close to, but I mean, some of those damn things are so expensive now.
I know.
It's ridiculous, man.
I know. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And so, yeah, that's basically it. That's kind of the problem with some of those early, God, the 70s toys, the price range on, I mean, if you want one that's at least decent and maybe in working condition.
Right.
Yikes.
Right.
That's all I got.
Yeah, because this one doesn't work. They said it did, but it didn't. It doesn't.
Oh, I see. Well, it does. At least it looks good. That's the whole
I can't
thing.
get it. I can't get it to move. It's supposed to click down and you're supposed to pump, but you can't get it to. I can't get it to move.
Oh my God, that is just so classic. Joe says, I got to admit the cow toy is pretty cool. That's
oh my God.
Fact. That is a fact. Steve Harrison says, no one has mentioned Johnny West. Boy, oh boy, do I mention, Johnny West. He was back in I want to say he was popular in the 70s. He may have started out in the 60s. But another very popular toy. Action figures like G.I. Joe and stuff like that. That was a Johnny West.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to pull up a photo now. Now I'm kind of thinking, and I believe I had a Johnny West action figure. I mean, we call them action figures now. They were just toys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eric says, the cow toy is utterly cute. I will see myself out. And once again, folks. There we go. But, yeah. Let's see, Michael Taylor says, I wouldn't care if it didn't work anymore. The more important thing is you still have it. Yes. Yeah. So that you have a great facsimile thereof, which is fantastic. I mean, the thing is amazing. It's still, the parts work and stuff. It just doesn't produce I
can't keep its head down. It doesn't lock. And then you pump the toy to drink.
I gotcha.
If I can only do that, then I can milk it.
That is just too much. Oh my God. Kelvin says, hello, Stephanie. Love the sweaters and cramps.
Oh, thank you, Calvin.
Michael Taylor says, the other Scream Queen is in the kitchen, I think. Well, you're a little off on Scream Queen, but there is another guest in the kitchen.
Ooh, is it the Peruvian wife?
No, oh my God, no. You should definitely preface that ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
That's what's going on there. Kelvin says, Krampus, my bad. Steve Harrison,
Nice.
in the fridge, in the kitchen, surprise. There we go.
All right.
Scream Queen Pam. Okay. End cakes. Okay. End cakes. Shadowhawk talks low-hanging teats. Fruit for that bad pun. Indeed. Special guest severed head in the fridge. Truly a horror Mike Christmas. Now you're getting warmer, Shadowhawk. You're getting warmer.
He's got body parts in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna hold off because you guys have got to be completely surprised.
I know.
Kelvin,
I think everybody's getting anxious.
I know. Everybody is. I'm about to do it, folks. Mike, very cool that you had dolphins swimming beside you. Yeah, they had no look. Dolphins don't really. They have no problem. Swimming near humans in kayaks because they probably just think we're some kind of a strange dolphin or something. It's the motorboats, of course. They're more cautious of. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But totally cool. Yeah, they were all out there and never saw an orca though.
Oh wow.
While I was kayaking, and I
it's too cold.
No, yeah, there's orcas all over the place. They're up
I
in British
thought they were
Columbia.
more warm water.
No, they're well. Now here's the thing, Stephanie. The water up there is not that cold.
Oh wow.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, it's how on the coast as you go up from California to Oregon to Washington, it does get colder. Like of course, you're going to have winter, but winter is not that hardcore.
Yeah.
There, seriously, I bet you the average temperature during winter up there during the day is like between 50 and 60 degrees.
Yeah, right. Like here.
It's just not. Yeah, it's just not that bad. The problem is the lack of sun, and it's just drizzling.
Right.
It is all the freaking time. But the water itself, I think, is for orcas and dolphins, well, cetaceans, in general, is pretty decent. And they are, from whale watching boats, I've definitely seen orcas and of course a variety of whales, including humpbacks up there.
Nice.
But never in that region when I was kayaking. When I was in Hawaii once, I was kayaking off of Maui, and I was like, I don't know, about 50 feet from it was a humpback whale, gray whale, that breached about 50 feet from my kayak, which was enough excitement for me.
Yeah, you don't want them any closer.
No. Horror cakes with syrup. Yes. Mike, you're going to make food. That will make the queens scream lol. Okay. Michael says,
in other words, your food is going to make me scream. It's going to be horrific.
It could be horrific. It's true. He said, Taylor also says, moving can be a nightmare. I almost moved. I'm glad I didn't because of how annoying it can be. Well, Michael Taylor, I tell you, I've lived in 10 states in my life. I've lived in 4 different countries, and I have moved my shit to all of those locations. And yeah, it's been a continuous freaking pain in the ass.
Nice.
Doing it once is quite enough, but I, for some reason, have done it like 5 times in a major way.
Oh wow, wow.
It's that it's the whole thing with moving internationally is the customs.
Yes.
Getting it through, you got 2 tons worth of shit in a ton of crates, and they got to go through all that shit, and they're suspicious.
Yeah, of
Let's
course.
put it that way. And wait until you bring that stuff back to the United States. So like, oh, you mean you were in Peru, and now you've got all these crates, huh? I wonder what's in those crates.
Yeah, right.
From Peru, huh?
Right.
Let's just take a little look-see, shall we? You know, that's, oh my God. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think I've moved internationally. No plans on that right now.
Yeah, it's I will never do that again. Let's put it that way. That was the last time.
Especially you wouldn't catch me dead in South America.
South America, well, now maybe not. You would, I tell
you.
Are
you kidding me? You want to go to Mexico for a weekend, never come back?
No, South America is not nearly as bad.
Oh, it's bad in Venezuela. It's horrid.
Oh no, God. Peru. I'm talking Peru. Peru's fine.
Yeah, we have Peruvians downstairs. When he went there during COVID, he couldn't come back. They locked it all down.
All of it was locked down. Yeah, that was Stephanie, I was there literally in Peru. I was in Peru 3 months. I moved 3 months before they locked it all down. If I hadn't moved at that time, I would have been stuck there for another year. Yeah. And it was it was dumb luck. I had nobody had any clue as to what was going on with COVID. I was just moving. I was like, well, time for me to move back to the United States. And then 3 months later, lockdown, it was
you're lucky.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Eric says, start the new year off right by getting Horror Mike's Blu-ray of First Man on Mars on eBay here. Yes.
I have to see it, but I gotta get a Blu-ray.
You know what? I was just thinking about that, Stephanie, and I think what I'm going to do, it was officially released with the distributor before I did my own Blu-ray.
There's no way that you can make a link private on YouTube, right?
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, no. Considering the rats on YouTube, I would never put it up like that. However,
not private.
I wouldn't trust that. I think YouTube is like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. If people want it, they're going to get it. The thing is that this distributor first released the film on DVD, so I can send you a DVD.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I'm working on that. Currently. But folks, yes, eBay, it is on sale currently on eBay. So check it out. Thank you for that plug, Eric. Michael Taylor says those tornado chasers have a death wish. Speaking of lovely weather, I need to step out into the cold rain and walk up to the store. Gotta go off for a bit. If I don't make it back in time, everyone have a great holiday. Okay, Eric?
Merry Christmas, Eric. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully when you come back, by that time, Mike will be cooking.
Indeed. Harrison says, I'm getting worried about the gal in the fridge. Steve says, I have Defuniak springs on my mattress. Interesting. And I think that's also worth of a little rim shot. Okay, where are we here? Oop. Oh, there we go. Steve says we had an ice storm in Ottawa. It was biblical, no power for over a week. Yeah, the ice storms, because once they freeze the lines, the lines just crack off. I mean, it's just really insane. It's like they just turn to ice and then they just snap. They're snapping all over the place, and they got to rewire like miles of poles and shit.
Right.
What a it just horrible with those
Pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the ass.
They should put the wires underground.
Mike, all due respect, I'm glad you guys are done. Not quite sure what that is, but I don't know what we were done with. Okay, I thought it was your original. I don't know. Next best thing to tracking down a toy from your childhood. He's talking about right. That's what you got to do. If you can find one that's, decently priced and in decent shape.
Right.
That's the way you go.
Right.
You got to do.
Right.
They were called dolls when I had them. Okay. Yeah, we just call them toys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Julia Childs. PBR Street Gang is with us. Hello, PBR. Good to see you, man. Merry Christmas to you. Sir. Dolphins love humans. I heard they will protect a human from danger. Yes, they will. They have done that. Hey, a super chat from PBR Street Gang. Thank you, PBR. That's a hell of a thing there. Merry Christmas to you, my good man. Good to see you. Yeah. Douglas says, I watched Flipper when I was a kid and had a Flipper stuffed toy.
Mike, yes. you should put your PayPal link in the thing.
Yeah, however, Stephanie, one thing that I was reading about, YouTube no likey. Because what's going on with the PayPal thing, you put it in there, people do that, they don't use the super chats.
Oh yeah, so that
the YouTube doesn't get their money. I've just heard that I don't know what they do, and nobody's ever said yes. Well, they have sent me an angry letter or something, but
yeah, no, I don't.
I'm just not going to piss them off. I got you. Mm-hmm. I remember the Flipper stuffed toys, Douglas. I do remember that, and I love Flipper. Of course, there's Gentle Ben, Clint Howard, Dennis Weaver, the Giant Bear. Man, that was a huge deal. I don't know did they come out with a Gentle Ben action figure or a toy?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
No idea.
Flipper was great. I watched Gentle Ben and Lassie, of course.
Gentle Ben. Was that the one with Grizzly Adams? I liked Grizzly Adams.
Well, there was an adult version released by Hustler a few years later called Genital Ben, and
Genital Ben
didn't go over very well. But
oh god,
I'll have to hold on. I've got to give myself that one. Okay, now let's get back to the comments here. The Flipper song, of course. Flipper. Oh, geez. Yeah. Flipper is faster than lightning. All that stuff. Me too, Stephanie. I need to get a Blu-ray player first. Steve Harrison said, I had a Canadian show called The Littlest Hobo about a wandering German shepherd. Was that a German shepherd or a dog?
Right.
German shepherd. That's kind of was my first thing about
German. The Germans.
I am a German shepherd. Something like that. I don't know. Rin Tin Tin and Doctari were other popular animal type shows. Erwin Allen, of course. Mike PBR says not on Tubi, but I just finished watching It Came from Outer Space. Great Ray Bradbury. Yeah, that's not on Tubi, PBR, and I don't know if it's been on Tubi before. Actually, I don't think I recall seeing it on Tubi, but I'm sure they will bring it on there. Flipper was filmed in the Everglades. That is correcto. You are quite correct. Okay, now one thing I wanted to do, folks. Holy Toledo. What the living hell? Okay. We're just going to do that. I think I'm good with that. All right. I want to bring up one particular thing here. There it is. because Steve Harrison sent these photos of toys.
Okay.
And I think we should take a look at them before we move on to the kitchen antics. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to enlarge these so we can get a much better. That should be pretty good. So Steve Harrison sent me a bunch of really cool photos of a variety of toys people would get for Christmas, pretty much spanning the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be looking at. Let me just make sure that looks pretty decent. Okay. And as you can see here, we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the scene. Now this was after my time. That was something, it was not something that I was into.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, wait a second. We've got a couple of other people have just chimed in. I want to make sure I get Unexplained Possibilities is here. Hello, Unexplained Possibilities. A dog. Steve says a dog. Hobo's, his real name was London. Played in the 60s and then in the 90s. That is a trip, man. Loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Donatello is my fave. There you go. So many incarnations. Fantastic show so far. Love sharing childhood toy memories. Yeah, this was something, I don't know when these guys came out. I want to say early 90s for teenage.
You mean when the Ninja Turtles first came on the scene?
Late 80s, early 90s. I would say way past my toy time.
$1983.
Wow. Well, still past my toy time, but earlier than I thought. Wow. That is incredible.
19. So how many years is that?
Well,
we're in 2023. So how many?
Yeah, so that's 40 years old.
Oh my God.
Freaking 40 years old, folks.
Wow.
Freaking turtles.
Wow.
That is incredible.
Wow.
Here we go. Now, of course, I don't know how many people had the Star Wars stuff. I didn't. Once again, this was, late 70s. So I was out of the toy range, and I gotta say, I mean, I liked the movie, the first movie and the second movie, but I just wasn't so enamored with the films to like collect stuff about them.
Yeah, right.
That was it. But of course, the toys, the action figures were extremely popular.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, a quick little story about them. I was working at a memorabilia, a collector's shop in New Orleans in the early 90s. It was a place called Remember When. Big store. This guy had everything, and he had a ton of Star Wars figures.
Oh, wow.
And so one day, here comes Eddie Vedder. Now, he's the lead singer to Pearl Jam, that group. He comes into the store. We had celebrities come into the store once in a while. He came in, and he bought a ton of these figures.
Oh, wow.
And I think it was primarily for his brother. Like his brother, once again, it was one of those things for some reason or another. His brother had some, then he lost them. So he was like buying him new ones.
Okay.
That type of thing. Yeah. So he came in for a couple of days. It was, he was like looking at all. I mean, I think we had like hundreds of these things, either on, mint on the package or loose, that type of stuff. So he was in for a few days talking about these damn things.
Oh, wow.
you know. So Pearl Jam, we're Star Wars friendly, folks. Here's your Nintendo Entertainment System, the action set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice one. Another thing that I
didn't have Nintendo. I had Atari.
Ah, there you go. Atari.
I wasn't a fan of Nintendo. Atari was so easy.
Right. I can remember playing Atari at friends' houses. I never had an Atari myself.
Yeah.
System or Nintendo, none of that stuff, you know. But I do remember the Atari stuff. Playing it, anyways. Quite a nice little setup there.
Yeah.
And of course, here's the Mego superhero figures, action figures. From back in the day. Once again, I'm assuming these in the picture are from the 80s.
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, possible.
I'm sure they're worth something.
Oh yeah, oh God, yeah, especially in particular unopened. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
On the card, just through the roof. They are.
Oh, you shoot your eye out, kid.
There we go. They really shoot. They're shooting shell guns, folks, for $2.77. Get your Winchester exact reproduction for only $3.99.
That's expensive back in the day.
That really, I mean, because this ad is 1950s. It's either 1950s or early 1960s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From Mattel.
Yeah.
Folks, right there. Back in the good old days where you could actually injure yourself with a toy. That was the thing with that. And He-Man. There he is. Once again, this was the 80s. It was past my toy years or whatever. But of course, He-Man was huge.
Yeah.
Very popular. With the cartoon, and the action figures. Skeletor. All Skeletor there. All those guys. But I never watched the cartoon was past my cartoon time.
Nice.
But, very popular. Now this one's 1960s, and this is the Great Garoo. Very, very odd. As a matter of fact, I can show you a little bit of. Let me see if I can bring up this video file because it's a tricky.
This was a toy?
It was a toy, but a bit more than a toy.
Oh,
this thing was freakish, man. See if I can find the original. Oh, where is it? What is going on here? Okay. There's D. What happened to? Oh, wait a second. That's right. I don't have it there. I wonder if I can. I don't think I can move that far. I've got it on video, but I can't fast forward. So we're going to have to look at that later when I show the video again. But this Great Garoo was like 2 feet high, right?
And wow.
And it could actually do stuff. The arms moved and stuff. And
oh wow.
It was hugely popular, believe it or not, in the 60s. Wow. It was one of those, big toys in the 1960s. Of course, G.I. Joe.
Of course.
Also quite big. Now, as we were talking about before, G.I. Joe was popular from the early 60s. I think somebody had mentioned 1963, and then it kind of became unpopular for a little bit, end of Vietnam War, early 70s, but then it came back. And I remember seeing G.I. Joes well into the 80s.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah, right.
spanned, I would say it spanned like 3 decades.
Oh, wow.
Pretty good for a toy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this I have never even freaking heard of. What is Beyblade, Steve Harrison? I have no idea. But it says,
What the heck is that?
I don't know. It says Beyblade Metal Fusion. What's going on with that thing? I
don't know. That looks kind of freaky.
Yeah, it does look rather freakish. Steve Harrison.
I guess you shoot blades.
I guess. I'm not. That's a mystery to me. I'll tell you.
Oh
now,
my
here we
God.
Go. Aurora model kits. Now, boy, do I remember these. I had some of them. Godzilla was probably one of my favorites. Although I had Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh my God.
There's another one. And here's the ones well, it's not all of them, but some of the prime ones you could get. Of course, there's Creature, Dr. Jekyll, Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Godzilla. Now you notice at this time too, in that Godzilla box, parts of him, if you wanted to have him glow in the dark, parts of the model kit you could put on that were glow in the dark parts.
Oh, wow.
I always thought it looked weird though.
It's kind of cool though.
It's kind of cool, but it just, I'm like, look, my Godzilla, he's green, man. He doesn't glow.
He doesn't glow in the dark.
So I put them together normally. You know.
Yeah.
But you had that option. Also, they had the King Kong with the glowing head.
Oh, wow.
Just kind of strange. And the other one's Phantom of the Opera, of course, the Mummy, the Wolfman. But this wasn't all. They had other ones as well, a little more obscure.
Yeah.
You know, but very cool stuff. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. That ends it. But this toy, the Beyblade, I have no
idea what that is.
I don't know if
now, question, Mike, do you have your stuff set up in the kitchen, or are you going to do intermission?
Yeah, I am going to. It's going to be a little bit of an just a slight intermission for a couple.
That'll give me time to go pee and bring out my little, because the power went out for such a long period of time.
Yeah.
I purchased on Amazon these little portable generators.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll show them to you. They're pretty cool. And I'll plug in my phone because my battery is like 42%. So we'll see if it really works.
Yes. Yeah, they're handy to have. Yeah, I'm just gonna play some more toy video for a couple of minutes while I set up.
Okay.
Kind of the deal with that. So, okay, folks, I think here we go. Steve, I just wanted an explanation here on those Beyblades. It was like spinning battle tops. Oh, I see. So
there's like a blade.
Right, exactly. So you pulled the thing, and then it's like these things are like spinning around, battling each other. That's kind of the deal there. Okay, I get it. All right, folks. Well, guess what? It's just about time to move into the kitchen with Horror Mike and Stephanie, and a surprise guest who's lurking in the kitchen.
Nice.
And you're gonna dig it. So we're gonna take it's not an intermission. I am going to show some really groovy toy video right now for you guys, and we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Last year, the Tonka Toy Company ran a commercial to parents about broken toys. In it, children told their parents how their toys got broken. One said an elephant stepped on it. We wondered what would happen if an elephant stepped on a Tonka toy. A toy shouldn't break just because a child plays with it.
You know it's true, Mr. Potato Head, I made you. Eyes mouth to nose too. Mr. Potato Head, I made you.
And now Mr. Potato Head's Sheriff, Fire Chief, and Lady Accessory Kits. Mr. Potato Heads, sold separately.
Mr. Potato Head, I made you.
Air Devils, the planes that really fly. You gotta deliver a crate marked serum. You start your engine and take off from the seaside lab. There's the carrier deck. Drop her down for your final approach. Make a mistake and you crash. Perfect landing. You hand it over. Now, ready for catapult takeoff. You're up and heading for home. Carrier rendezvous mission accomplished by the Air Devils Power Squadron. Air Devils Carrier Rendezvous Adventure with aircraft carrier and a plane that flies. Air Devils.
Here comes Amaze-a-matics, the car with the brain. Now make a Mustang special, Dune Buggy, Stingray special, or Volkswagen Bug. By customizing your present Amaze-a-matics, each customizing kit contains a new wild body, groovy decorations, slick tires, mag wheels. Feed in new program cards or make your own and watch it perform. You can even get a chassis separate and customize it with Amaze-a-matics customizing kits from Hasbro.
Sabrina, Kelly, and Chris. Yes, Charlie's Angels.
Beautiful dolls.
Here's Charlie's Angels hideaway house. A really big, beautiful hideaway house.
The house needs to be put together. It's over 2.5 feet tall, and you can turn it to face the sun. Charlie's Angels house is a big, beautiful place. There's Kelly at the hidden wall.
Angel, I have an assignment for you.
Charlie's Angels hideaway house and Charlie's Angels dolls each sold separately from Hasbro.
This is the rugged new G.I. Joe adventure team. At dawn, G.I. Joe heads out across the desert in search of a mysterious missing mummy. Suddenly, an earthquake. No time to lose. Joe must get the mummy out. Can G.I. Joe win his race against time? Find out in The Secret of the Mummy's Tomb, one of the exciting G.I. Joe adventure team sets. G.I. Joe, now with lifelike hair from Hasbro.
If you want to win the game, you gotta take good aim and get the most marbles with your hippo. Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
Hungry, Hungry Hippos is the name of the game, and whoever hippo gets the most marbles wins.
Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
I win.
Hungry, Hungry Hippos, new from Hasbro.
Want a punch in the nose? Says who?
These are Knuckle Busters with sound effects record. When you're fighting with Knuckle Busters, one punch in the nose, and zap, back the other guy goes. You fake him with a left, throw a Knuckle Buster right to the nose, and zap, back he goes. You need good timing with Knuckle Busters. As soon as you see an opening, give him a shot to the nose, and zap, back he goes. Knuckle Busters, the two-fisted fighter game with sound effect records from Hasbro.
Meet Major Matt Mason, Mattel's man in space and the bravest astronaut yet. He lives on the moon. We may all be there soon. And he gets around with a jet. Until Sergeant Storm in his red uniform, Major Matt worked all alone. Now, together, they face the dangers of space and seek to learn the unknown. The machines that they drive seem almost alive as they transport the adventurous pair. The new Astrotrack whips through the black, and Firebolt even goes where they meet Captain Laser, his space gear ablaze with energy stored from the stars. He's a giant, it's true, but a friendly one who spent his boyhood on Mars. An exciting place, the world of space, as all the astronauts know. This world is swell. It's made by Mattel. With it, how far can you go?
Now, for every kid who has ever seen a science fiction movie, thrilled to the amazing strength of an out-of-this-world movie monster, comes Great Garoo by Marx. Garoo the Mighty. Garoo the Untamed. Garoo the Terrible. Who can stop him? Who can control this monstrous creature? You can, kids, because Great Garoo by Marx is yours to command. With these battery-operated controls, you can make Garoo go, stop, bend, pick up, turn. Yes, Great Garoo, almost 2 feet tall, will be your faithful servant. You name it, you're the boss.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring. And there's a hard drive to the top. And Blue Bomber's block is knocked off. His block is knocked off?
Sure, but you can press it right back on again. It's just part of the action with the world's only boxing robots, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marx.
What walks downstairs alone or in pairs and makes a slinkity sound? A spring, a marvelous thing. Everyone knows it's Slinky. It gives a big lift when wrapped as a gift, a very likable toy. It's falling in place, brings smiles to your face, something kids can enjoy. It's Slinky, for fun it's a wonderful toy. It's Slinky, it's fun for a girl and a boy. And Slinky mobiles with big slinky wheels and pistons that move as you go. It makes a great sound when you pull it around. The driver's an old-timey fellow. A Slinky dog, a Slinky train, many more wonderful toys. You tug the string, they do their thing. They're great for girls and boys.
Okay, folks. There we go. All right, I think I've got it. Look, it's Santa Skelly. Yes, he's up there. I've got, what the hell is that? Oh my God, it's Krampus.
It's Krampus. Krampus made an appearance.
Stephanie's got the Krampus and I've got the Christmas Skelly right there on the wall.
Oh God, let me see. Where's the skeleton? Why is my head cut off? Okay, my head's there. Oh, there we go.
Yep. That's our special Horror Mike kitchen guest.
Woo!
It's Christmas Skelly right there. Santa Skelly, whatever you want to call him. Santa took a crash course, a crash diet, apparently. I don't know. Something like that.
My portable generator, Mike.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Ah, yeah, that's totally cool, man.
Comes with a light.
Very good. That is very good.
You can plug in. You can USB port it. So I've got my phone plugged in. And it looks like it's working.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, I bought 2 of them on Amazon for like 79 bucks.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Very good deal.
Yeah, and it's you just recharge it. No gasoline required.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's.
Yes, I saw some that were more high powered that last longer than like 2 hours. And those are, you look at it, says gasoline fuel. So I'm like, I don't want that shit in my house.
Yeah, no. It's definitely, you can get good solar units now.
Yeah. Yeah, this one you can put solar. You just purchase the solar part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure everybody is seeing. Yeah. Michael Taylor says, Mike, you're not feeding him. Yes. Well, he is rather skeletal, I must say.
All right. So what are we making today?
We're doing pancakes, folks, and check it out. I'm going to bring this in. Now, this is, they canceled Aunt Jemima, but fortunately, we have Cousin T's. Yes,
Nice.
I'm not kidding you right there, because that's Cousin Terrence. Now, Terrence is a really hilarious comedian, amongst other things, and now he's got a whole line of products that he sells, including Cousin T's buttermilk pancakes, which we are going to whip up here in Horror Mike's kitchen today. Now, I just want to say that it's the full experience, because I've also got the Cousin T's syrup, pancake syrup right there, folks. So we're getting the whole Cousin T experience going on right now. So here we go, folks. I'm turning on the stove, heating up the pan. I'm just going to use, I'm not going full hog on this. I'm using this bowl to mix, because I'm just doing a couple of pancakes, obviously.
Yeah, shouldn't you mix it first before you turn the stove on so you don't catch anything on fire?
Oh, and where would the fun be in that, Stephanie? Come on. We want that danger of a possible,
I just bought the
fire.
safety blanket that you see on YouTube.
I'm going to have to
made a
open
fire
up
off to put your fire out.
I'll have to subtly open up like a bottle of butane and put it near the oven. You know, something like that, just to kind of create suspense. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, while we wait for that to heat up, I'm just going to dump some of this fine cousin tea mix into the bowl. Yeah, and I don't need much, folks. I'm just.
Didn't you measure it?
Hell, no. I measure it with my eyes, woman. Come on now. I mean,
Yeah, but how much milk do you have to put in? You putting milk or water?
That's it. Water. Yeah, I'm not getting all fancy. I could put milk in it, but I find that milk makes it how should I say this? Too much. I don't know. It's just it's fine with water. I think it cooks better with water when you're just mixing water. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So we're gonna put this up. I think you can. I'm just gonna put it right up here on the coffee maker. Cousin Teas, and folks, I am gonna drop that link. I think it's cousintea.com. I've got the link. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Of course, this is kind of a test for everybody. Is Cousin Teas really as good as they say it is? That's what we're talking about here today in Horror Mike's kitchen. So in any case, now I'm going to add water, of course. Now this could get a little tricky. I've got only a certain amount of. Once again, folks, I'm just eyeing it. I just like, when you've done this long, when you've done this long enough, you can just eye the stuff and you're in good shape.
Oh my! You can make glue. Remember when you used to use flour and water with glue?
Oh sure. Oh yeah, man. Get a little 3D. It's like, remember Dr. Tongue's 3D House of Pancakes?
Uh-huh.
There we go. That was Dr.
Mike,
Tongue.
that's going to be a little pancake.
It's going to be a what? Sorry?
A little pancake.
Well, 2. Yeah, because look, I'm only making 2 in this skillet. So I don't want to make the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be sitting there eating like I'm just doing, it's almost like a sampler set. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Good consistency. Okay. I mean, it's looking good. It's, we're going to see the proof is in the pancakes, folks.
So you added the water to the bowl, and you mixed it.
Yes. And it's done.
And how long do you whisk it?
I whisk it until the cows come home. It could be a long time. And I know that was an utterly bad joke. I will borrow that from Eric. That particular joke, that pun, if you will. Okay, now, folks, it's almost time. That skillet should be getting pretty hot. I'm going to. Oh yeah, well, I got a new one here, folks.
The cows have come home, Mike.
Use Blue Bonnet. Oh my God, there's the cows have come home, and so it's time. It is time, folks. We've got the official cows that have come home.
Yeah.
And now, I think I'm good to go. I've always got to be mindful of this cord, the headphones, because it only goes so far.
Oh God!
And God knows
we don't
want some kind of a fire incident. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God forbid!
Woo! Here we go, folks. we got one in there. Hopefully you guys can see that, right?
No, we can't.
Okay, well, you can't see that on the stove?
Well, I see the margin, I think.
Okay, right
Need
here.
to get that camera up close.
Right here. Should I just move mine to like max view?
Bring the tripod in.
So I can't. It's a cord, you see. I can go. The only thing I can do is max view mine. Like this. How's that? Can you see the skillet now?
It hasn't moved, Mike. There you go.
Okay. All right, folks. Look at that, folks.
Is that gas?
No, this is electric.
Oh wow, it's so blue.
Yeah, I got this. I got this. I mean, this came with this oven, folks. Came with the house.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, 3 of the stoves, on top work, and I was like, hey, that's good. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, why buy another one, folks? You know what it's just ridiculous.
Why buy the milk when you can have the cow?
Exactly. So, yeah. So what we look for here, in my opinion, beyond taste, of course, is how does the pancake? I mean, does it cook all the way through? You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you
should have put green and red food coloring for Christmas.
Oh my God. I would have been.
Next one.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe a good Halloween one. I mean at least Halloween you can do some really groovy food coloring stuff. And maybe even like, Joe was saying, and I kind of agree. I love waffles as well. I might even like them more than pancakes.
Yeah.
I just don't have a waffle iron. You know what I'm saying, folks? But I'm itching to try it.
They buy the ones that are frozen. You just put them in your toaster.
Oh my God! Come on, man. Yeah. Let go my ego. All right.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm putting one on the plate. I got one more. Now, what I like to do is, I mean, I don't know about you guys, Stephanie. I don't know how you approach this, but call me paranoid, right?
Wait a minute, are you making another one?
I'm making one more. There's
put your food coloring for Christmas.
Huh?
Put your food coloring for Christmas.
Okay, I don't have food coloring.
What?
I'm sorry. Okay. Folks, now you saw that. That was kind of exciting, wasn't it? Okay. Okay, here we go. One more, folks, and then we'll be ready to go here. We'll be good to go.
Whip it up.
Oh yeah.
Good point, Steve. Use a red marker.
There. And that's it, folks. So we're going to see what happens. My whole thing about it is like, taste. For instance, you guys probably.
Well, you can't taste it off camera. You have to taste it on camera.
Oh, I'm going to come back and sit. Yes. And eat them and stuff my face in front of all you guys.
There you go. It's okay. I picked up some soda crackers on the way back in. I don't have any snacks.
Oh, good. Good. There we go. It's coming up. It's coming along good, folks. Looking good. Dr. Kong's 3D House of Pancakes, folks.
That's very quick.
It does, yeah. Well, I put it now. It also, I think it depends on where you put it as far as obviously as far as heat goes. Now I go 6.5 out of 10. Now some people would probably go 5.5 for a slower cook.
Okay.
I don't. That's all I'm saying. I don't.
You could have tried 10 and see what happens.
I like it fast and furious. Okay, that's what I'm saying right now.
We have smell-o-vision.
I know. I wish there was smell-o-vision, folks, because it is actually smelling pretty damn good.
Nice.
Pancakes there. So I got the that's it. That's it. Turned off the stove. Now, okay, I'm just gonna for 1 second I need to undo my headphones, and then I'm gonna come back around. So hold on. But and thank you, Santa Skelly, as well. And we'll bid adieu to Santa Skelly until Halloween. I don't know. He'll come back, but that's one of the classic. Now that's a 5-foot skeleton. I know some of you guys have had this. It's a Beistel. Beistel would put out those vintage Halloween things like the witch and the skeleton and stuff, and that's what this is.
Sweet.
And so he's coming back. Look, I got it. It was $10 delivered from this shop on eBay, and you can't beat that, folks.
No,
$10 delivered. Are you kidding? And so now I've got my skeleton for Halloween as well. I mean, that's it, man. And it's 5 foot. It's a 5-footer.
Nice.
Good enough. Good enough.
Right.
All right. So I'm disconnecting now. Oh yeah.
I feel like we're spying. It's like voyeurism. He has no clue we're watching him.
There we go. Pretty good.
Hopefully he won't scratch his ass while he's in the kitchen. Cousin T's. Cousin T, yeah. Yeah, right? Like, what's he doing? He's got to put him on a plate. We can still hear him. He just can't hear us. Right? The pancake is flat like the skeleton. That's what I'm talking about. Now we got the full shot. The studio got the full studio.
Oh. Oh, it's about the same, I guess. Hello.
Are we back?
I think we're back. And we're nationwide. Here, let's take. There we go. All right. All right. We are back. And folks, there you go. This is what I'm talking about right now. There it is. And now the proof is in the pancake, if you will.
All right. Did you put the syrup on?
Oh, yes, I did.
We didn't get a close-up shot of that?
We did. I showed you
No.
in the kitchen.
No, we didn't see it close up. We didn't see it pour.
Oops. Oops-a daisy. Hold on now.
Go in close, Mike, for your reaction.
How about some pancakes?
Close up for your reaction.
Welcome to Dr. Tongue's 3D House of Pancakes. Okay, there we go. All right, folks. Is it good?
Right, those are the pancakes from IHOP.
No, just kidding. Fine.
Cousin T, save him.
They're damn good, folks.
They're good?
Cousin T rocks. Cousin T rocks.
Should get the microphone at your mouth so you can do some ASMR for the folks.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my Lord. Okay, now, folks. I'm going to... Oh, wait a second. I can just do this. There you are. Yep. Now, let me just present this. So there is Cousin T.
Nice.
Right. He is hilarious. He is a very funny guy. I just dropped the link in the chat. And if you're interested, check him out. Now, often, like when I bought the pancake mix and the syrup, it was 20% off. So it made it reasonable. You know what I'm saying?
Does he have jam?
Yes. Yes, he has jam, man.
Wow.
Are you seeing that right there?
Yeah.
The jam.
I see that. Oh my God. Oh, he has coffee too?
He's got coffee. But I got, so with 20% off, it was reasonable. The price was reasonable. Otherwise, it's not cheap. Let's just put it that way, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nice.
However, it's quite good. Definitely.
Mike's going to finish his pancakes, by the way.
I would say it's better than the average mix. It's
thumbs up for Mike's pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up, people. Thumbs up.
So, Stephanie, are there any other toys you can recall from your childhood? As far
my dog has fleas.
Your dog has fleas. What?
My dog has fleas.
Now, are you talking about what the heck?
It's a toy.
Oh, okay. Well, how did that work? How did you play that?
You put the fleas on the back, and then you turn its tail, and the fleas pop off.
and so, what's the object? What's the
object? I don't really remember, but I remember pissing my pants laughing so hard. And crawling to the bathroom.
Now, okay. And so now, do you recall, for example, having any dolls such as, like, you know, Charlie's Angels or Barbie or any of that stuff?
I had a Brooke Shields doll.
Wow.
Yeah, remember she had the hair. I think I cut it. My mom was pissed because I cut her hair. Didn't give her a haircut. And I had a Shirley Temple doll as well.
Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Well, if you...
Wish I still had that one. That'd be worth some money.
Yeah, I think that now the Shirley Temple doll you're talking about, when do you think that was made?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I had it back in the early 80s, like 81, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83.
I mean, was it an antique when you bought it, or was it new?
No, it was new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, because they were selling Shirley Temple dolls back in the 1930s.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that doll, that's a type of doll that has lasted at least for what, 60 years?
Yeah.
You know?
She had on the polka dot dress. She was a fairly like a regular baby doll size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the Brooke Shields doll was like a Barbie doll.
Oh, okay. Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. I can't remember. I know I had some Barbies, but I don't remember playing with the Barbies and stuff too much. We were out doing adventures outside in the woods. And reenacting the horror movies. We all like played a character.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we did.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Too bad you didn't have the commercial for this pancake mix.
Okay. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and stop that screen and bring us up. Yeah, I mean, I remember as well. I mean, I didn't buy any. Obviously, I wasn't into Barbie dolls, but I do remember there were it seemed like there were a ton of knockoffs.
Yes.
Like everybody had so you'd go into any store and be like, I don't know, here's Barbara doll, or whatever.
Man,
I mean,
why would you want that?
Well, yeah, there you go.
It's kind of like the Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, although I think it was like with that, obviously, is they could make cheap knockoffs.
Yeah.
So then, which might make it more affordable for people, with large families that had to buy for a bunch of kids.
Right.
That, and I mean, they did that kind of stuff for G.I. Joes and so forth. It was like, oh yeah, well, we have, we can do this cheap line of action figures that look like G.I. Joe, but they're not, that type of stuff. But we'll charge half the price.
Right.
Whatever. And there you go, folks.
So what's your agenda, Mike, for Christmas?
Well, I tell you, here's a couple of things. And I know, just to let people know, tonight, I believe, at 11 p.m. Eastern time, okay, tonight, it's the Mummy and the Monkey Show.
Where's that at?
The Mummy and the Monkey Show. It's on YouTube. It's the Mummy and the Monkey, and they have a show on YouTube. And it's just they're doing a Christmas show. Now, the Mummy and the Monkey are horror hosts.
Oh, okay.
A woman, Janet, and her ape boyfriend, the monkey. And they host horror shows, and they do, they have their little, whatever they do, hijinks and stuff between showing the movies and stuff.
Okay.
It's just classic horror host stuff. They're
so
doing
are you watching it, or are you gonna be on it?
No, I'm just going to be watching it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be, yeah. That's one thing on tonight. And yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the hell's going on tomorrow. Look, my family's all dead. So I don't have, there's no family thing for Christmas anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got one brother who's still alive. I'm really not sure where he is.
Yeah, right.
So there you go. That's it.
I get
That's
it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna relax. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes, that is exactly what I may have. I've got a bottle of wine. I may crack that sucker open.
Crack it open.
Yeah.
Be cracking it open tonight.
Because then it's like, yeah, and then I wonder. I was gonna ask you, and I was gonna ask the chat because, like, for instance, now next Friday I'm doing the typical Friday night show, and I think I'm gonna do it at 9 o'clock or whatever. A little later because it just seems like internet traffic is insane, and I have connectivity problems, between the internet and between StreamYard trying to handle all of their stuff. It's just a nightmare. So I'm going to do it a little later at 9 p.m. I think it'll be better. But then I was going to do another nooner on Sunday. I think I'm going to stick with the nooner. But then I was thinking maybe I should just do it, like closer to midnight.
Yeah.
But then I was like, Jesus, 2 billion people are going to do the same damn thing, right?
At midnight.
It's going to be worse.
Will they actually be on at midnight or out partying?
No, I know a lot of people are doing shows.
Yeah.
And they'll do the countdown, the whole thing, whatever. And I was like, God, the more I looked into it, and like, for instance, the Mummy and the Monkey are doing the same thing. I was like, God. A lot of these people are just I think it's going to be a shit show on YouTube as far as the traffic goes and everything. So I think I'll keep it to Sunday again. I mean, Sunday at noon,
Yeah.
I don't know. Since you've been watching, for example, Stephanie, have you noticed like any glitching on my video or?
I haven't.
Yeah. Okay. You see, because it's really a perfect time to do live stuff.
Yeah.
When you start doing them at night, well, especially Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday nights, it just gets bad. I mean, like, really horrible with the internet and with the traffic. You're competing with so many different shows. That's another thing too. People are watching other stuff. Anyways, but then you've got the whole thing with internet problems and all that. So I think that I'm just going to stick with what I've got going, And,
yeah, good idea. I think it's smart.
Yeah, right now my laptop is connected directly to the router. It's not even, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm actually plugged right into the router, which does help. That's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
But let's check back with the chat here. I know some people have chimed in. I mean, I've been like off the damn thing here for so long. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm seeing this. Steve Harrison, food coloring, use a red marker. Douglas Angwane says, use blood. I could have just, got a little slice and put that in there. Michael Taylor, growing up, we used log cabin syrup. There you go, folks. Well, growing up, I mean, we did, but I think it was mostly Aunt Jemima. And then I
can't remember what pancake. It was probably some maple.
Oh, maple syrup. Actual maple syrup. Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used Aunt Jemima until they canceled her. Well, I used to buy it until she was canceled all the time. So that's why Cousin T was made. That's why he made Cousin T's, because he was pissed off about Aunt Jemima.
Oh yeah, why are they trying to get rid of that?
I know, it's so stupid. It's just
wasn't she like the first advertising that? I think they got rid of Uncle Ben's too.
They did, and they got rid of the Indian woman on the Land of Lakes package for the.
You know, they say it's what inappropriate for like racial thing, but at the end of the day, you just gotten rid of all Indian, black, and all that.
I know.
To do what?
Right. It was, and
you removed them all for advertising just to make sure that all the advertising is white.
Right.
So how are
exactly.
you trying to say that having black people on an ad is racist when you took them all off on purpose?
Yeah, and literally,
isn't that slightly racist? Or we don't want any blacks on the advertising?
Yes.
Right?
And literally, Aunt Jemima, the original, the black woman, was the spokesman for her own product, and she made millions doing it. Correct. So they're just
she'd be turning over in her fucking grave right now.
Totally. You know, so it's a joke. So Terrence was like, well, screw that, man. I'm going to do Cousin T. You know, and it's fantastic. For that alone, that was it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna pay a little more, but I gotta get it because it's kind of like it's just a big middle finger to those idiots that decided, oh, Aunt Jemima is too offensive. Now it's the Pearl Mining Company. I'm just like,
I know.
What?
I know.
Oh my God! And it's just like. Can you believe this is the worst one? This is the one that killed. I mean, it as far as cringeworthy goes, you know, it was the Washington Redskins, the football team.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's the world we live in today.
Right. And then they changed it when they were like, well, the Redskins is too offensive. We have to drop that name. And then they changed it. For a while, they were called the Washington Football Team.
I know.
I'm just like, okay.
Freaking unbelievable.
How much more retarded do you want to sound?
Like,
I mean, what the hell? What is that, man? The Washington Football Team, until they finally, now they're the Washington Commanders. I'm just like, what?
Okay, California next year is going to have we have Amber Alert. Now we're going to have Ebony Alert.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously.
Oh my God.
Right. So if you happen to be Latino, you're not going to get an alert because you're not black.
Yes. I mean, it's like, that's just incredible.
Welcome to California.
Hell? Yeah.
And something to do with the bathrooms. If it's a single stall, it's going to be for both male and female. So if you're a man, you could claim that you're transgender and walk into a bathroom and it's okay.
Right. So basically they're changing them all to unisex bathrooms. That's what's going on. That's insane.
Yeah. Well, bring on the rape, right?
Yeah. It's it's hard to believe, man. It's hard to freaking believe.
In California, the laws are just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. They're pretty damn bad. Of course, law for you, but not for Gavin Newsom.
Well, just think if
do whatever the hell he wants.
If the idiots voted for Biden, turn around and vote for Newsom, and he gets president, y'all are going to experience what the hell I'm going through right now.
Yeah, except for Florida.
Y'all are going to have your taxes like shot up where you can't freaking like. You're going to live in a world of, oh my God, what did I do?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, here in Florida, we will definitely completely seal off the borders and become the Republic of Florida. Oh
God, well, yeah, but what happens when Newsom becomes president?
That's what I'm saying. That's when we'll do it. We'll seal off Florida and become the Republic of Florida, and Newsom can kiss our ass if he becomes president.
Because it's really bad. It's really bad.
There is no. I don't see it as being a possibility. That guy.
I hope not. We don't need his Hollywood smile, his fake teeth.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, he's so fake.
Just incredible. We have some more chat. People in the chat, Stephanie. We've got Unexplained Possibilities saying not bad looking. And I think that he may have been talking about.
I think it's your pancakes.
Okay, good. There, look, you guys, just to be clear about this. Yes, they cooked well. They taste really good, better than like your average Hungry Jack or whatever mix. Although I have nothing against Hungry Jack. I mean, I've used them before. They're fine. But it should be, obviously, it should be better. You're paying more. Yeah. And it does say gourmet pancake mix on it.
Gourmet!
So yeah, exactly. Gourmet or gourmet. I don't know. But so it's good. It's good. And it's also, it's, as I said before, it's a middle finger to the idiot, to the cancel culture idiots. That's basically it. Michael Taylor says, I must be going crazy. I think I can smell it. Folks, that's how good Cousin T's buttermilk pancakes are. You'll think you can smell it from many hundreds of miles away. That's what we're talking about. There it is. Douglas knows. Dr. Terror's House of Pancakes.
There you go.
SCTV comedy show. They had the just hilarious stuff. The 12 Pains of Xmas song. Aha! Steve says, lol, House on the Pancake Hill, folks. There we go. Douglas Goodwin Horror Mike Waffle House.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that's pretty good. I kind of like that. Horror Mike Waffle House. That would be, it's an interesting thing. I don't know. The 3D effect. That's what you have to, you got to do it. You got to do it. Last pancake on the left. They had Frankie's like Skelly. Oh, yeah, they did. They had Frankenstein's. The same thing. The Bystol, they were just, the flat paper things, which were great. That's what I had when I was a kid. I don't know about you, Stephanie, but when we had our, Halloween decorations, I remember my mom, and I could have sworn like there were like skeletons about yay big. They were maybe like 2 feet high. They looked exactly the same as this guy, this 5-footer, but they were just small. And we had 2 or 3 of those. And I'm pretty sure they were Bystol, that classic company that makes all.
Yeah, the paper one with the screws, right? So you can adjust their arms.
Yes, that's exactly it. That is precisely it, man.
Yeah, they came in multiple sizes.
Yes, and they also had like they had a witch, and a pumpkin head guy. I remember that. And yeah, some of them had like accordion arms too. That like.
Oh wow.
Remember? Yeah, kind of like they were paper, but it was like an accordion where you could like.
I remember that.
Pull them in and out.
I don't think we got them though because I don't know. They kind of fell apart easier.
They do. Yeah, they didn't last as long. No doubt about that.
No.
Hands where we can see them. Okay.
That's when you were in the kitchen.
That's when I was in the kitchen. All right. This would make another great horror episode. Mike goes back in the kitchen and the skeleton is eating the pancake. Well, he definitely needs to eat something. It's like,
He's Boney Bob.
Yeah. Give that Skelly a sandwich, for Christ's sake. Douglas, he's swapping out different pancakes while we can't see for the taste test. No, I would never do that. Come on. Michael Taylor says, I got to say, good job. Well, hey, look, there were no oven fires. So that's no stovetop massacre. So that's
I was hoping for that.
Yeah. That would have been the icing on the cake right there.
Yeah.
They look like pancakes. Yes.
Yeah.
Remarkably like pancakes. And there, once again, folks, just to let you know, Cousin T's. He's got all kinds of stuff, and you can find typically 15 or 20% coupons,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so it brings the stuff down, in other words, and it becomes much more reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, very rude eating them in front of us. And you've got to see the whole thing, right? I mean, it's got to be, you've got to make sure that that I'm actually eating the pancakes, I don't fall over dead.
That's true, because if you haven't puked, you haven't died, you're okay.
Right, exactly. And folks, I'm doing fine here, you know. This has to be the best Christmas Eve ever. Well, there you go, folks. A testimonial right there from PBR Street Gang. Thank you, sir. You know, I think it has. Oh, here we go with another one. I think it's turned out great. Of course, the addition of the great Stephanie Beaton to the show has added quite a lot to the proceedings. Otherwise,
that's not true. It would have been fine even if I wasn't part of it.
That's when, if you weren't, Stephanie, then there probably would have been like a stove fire or something. You see what I'm saying? Because you're in here, you're guiding me basically.
Oh yeah.
As I'm trying to do my stuff. Cootie bugs. I remember cootie bugs. Remember those?
I remember those.
Yeah, you could take them apart, right? That was the thing. You could take the arms and the legs off, and you like put different heads on them and stuff.
I used to have like these toys where you rode on them, and they were like a big worm. And you sat on it, and you like rode across the room.
Yes, the inchworm, right, or whatever the hell.
An inchworm, and it would go like down and up. Yep. Of course, I always had to have my horse. You know, the horse with where you get on it with the springs. Those were expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
And my horse was like had velvet. It felt like fur because I loved horses.
Right. I mean, was that okay? That's just. It's like on a. It's stationary though, right? It's on springs, and you're kind of like doing this kind of thing, right? It doesn't move around, in other words. Is that
it correct? Doesn't. You get on, you sit on it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
The springs go outward onto the rails. It like has literally like metal rails.
Right. Yeah, those were those were all over the place.
Oh yeah, they were
very popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
But very popular. People were definitely buying those.
Oh yeah.
PBR Street Gang, my favorite childhood toy was Stretch Armstrong. Now I remember Stretch Armstrong. Okay.
Wasn't the one where you could stretch him out and then he goes back together?
Exactly. I mean, he was like hugely popular.
He took a beating.
Yeah, that was a big. I guess that was 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was pretty popular. And there were, like, of course, once again, there were knockoffs.
Of course.
Of course. They're like, hey, look, they made this toy that, like, you can stretch them. Hey, let's make our own. You know, of course. Everybody's knocking off the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every toy. Now that I'm thinking about it, I bet you every popular toy was knocked off. But the problem is that, for instance, with the original Tonka trucks and stuff, they were made a certain way. They were all metal. They were made a certain way, and they were almost indestructible.
Right.
And so when people knocked them off, they just made cheap toys that you could just destroy. So Tonka had the advantage in the sense that they, you know, made really the greatest freaking what would you say, like I don't know what you call those. They had the dump trucks, they had cranes, they had, I don't know.
Oh yeah, are they out of business now, or are they still making toys?
I think Tonka's long defunct.
They didn't become like Mateo or some shit.
They may, and if they were still going, Stephanie, I bet you they'd all be plastic.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's just one. It's
right.
Unfortunate, but true. Cher had a doll. Donnie and Marie too. Yes. Oh yeah, everybody had a freaking doll. I've never heard of My Dog Has Fleas. Never played it. That's Michael Taylor. Dog has fleas sounds like a timer game. They pop off the dog and you lose. I don't know.
Yeah, you spin the tail. I'm sure if you look, you can find a commercial for it.
I know. I'm gonna have to. That one is. I can see it too. I can totally see that game. I may have played it. I may have actually played it.
You might have. I like the Operation too.
Operation. There's a thanks. That was we had that.
Yeah.
That was a family game. That was one of those family games.
Yeah.
And huge. Oh boy, was that freaking huge.
Oh yeah.
Operation. Man. Big one. A big one. In the early 70s.
Cane Lane.
Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah, course. For the board game.
Sure. Oh yeah. And we had Clue.
Clue, yeah, I like
huge
Clue.
Game. And I think that came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
It was very popular in the 70s and 80s, I guess.
Yeah, especially because Sherlock Holmes was out in that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. In the early 70s, I had a big Lone Ranger doll.
Oh, yeah, I had the horse. I had the Lone Ranger. Yeah, I had all that.
Yeah, Lone Ranger was another one. God, there were so many. It's incredible, man. There was a company that did high-end celebrities, and they were very collectible, such as John Wayne.
Oh, yeah, my mom had a couple of those. They were really big. She had John Wayne and Marilyn Monroe.
I remember seeing those. I don't know if I ever had any of those.
They were like $300.
Hey.
Yeah,
okay,
that was a lot at that time.
I never had any of those, Garbage Pail Kids, of course. Now, I think that was, God, I may be wrong, but it could have been 80s. That could have been a 1980s.
Yeah, that was the 80s. And I think Garbage Pail came after Cabbage Patch, right?
Yes, because it was a takeoff on the Cabbage Patch thing.
Yeah.
Like bump off toys have been around forever. Indeed, they have been. Hilarious bootleg action figures on eBay. Most are from Mexico. Yes. Yeah, you can. I've seen some of those. And some of them look pretty good. Some of them don't. It's just, it's a toss up. Let's put it that way. Steve says, Eric, they are hilarious. The nerve of some of them is incredible. The names they come up with are great. Yeah, it's just like they just want to rip them off. They rip off the original, and they really don't care because they know they're going to sell.
Right.
Stephanie, have you heard of Zachary? He lived in my building. Now, Zachary was Zachary was a horror host.
Yeah, no, not him.
And he was big back in the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
And it turns out that he lived in the same building that Michael Taylor lived in New York.
Oh wow.
For a while there. And Zachary was known as, and he still is considered, I would say, one of the most famous horror hosts of all time.
Wow. I'll have to look him up.
Yeah, Zach, classic. There's some stuff on YouTube on Zachary.
Okay.
I met Zachary in about. Okay, Steve Harrison says I met Zach. I'm assuming Zachary in about 1952. Is that what he's saying? At Chiller in New Jersey, chatted a bit. Gracious guy. Wow.
Oh wow.
That's fantastic. Eric says, yes, I think the Brick Mantooth YouTube channel. Oh, right. Doing those celebrity figures, they review them. The Brick Mantooth channel. I got it. Zachary. 1992. Okay. I was like going to say, Steve, are you like 100 years old?
Yeah, right. Right. I'm like, wait a minute.
I was a little concerned, but then I was like, yeah, okay. You got a 100-year-old dude watching my show. That's totally cool. I mean, come on. But Zachary kept doing. As a matter of fact, he was doing shows well into the 2000s. Like he would attend conventions and so forth.
Mhm.
And he was getting up there. He was getting up there in the years. Douglas says, I met Zachary at a Chiller convention years ago. Great guy. Yeah, he was doing a ton of conventions for a while.
Oh, wow.
Quite cool. Eric is back. I don't want to post a link to the channel, but I do recommend the Brick Mantooth channel for anyone into figures and toys. He does a great job delving into a lot of material. That's awesome. There you go. I've never seen his channel. Never heard of it. This is very good. Steve, he gave me $50 for helping him dig his car out of the snow.
Oh, wow.
Steve Harrison says, loved his Halloween tape from around 1991. That Aunt Jemima logo was a big part of my childhood. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's Cousin T. Okay.
Cousin T.
Aunt Jemima may have left, but Cousin T is back in town. Folks.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. And it would be great if he got bigger, and then the price of the stuff, subsequently came down. So then a lot of people could just buy it.
Yeah, right.
That would be fantastic.
Right.
Quaker Oats guy and Robin Hood Flower are alcoholics in the gutter, I hear. The Quaker Oats guy. Right. Okay, I know the guy with the hat. He looks like a Quaker. He looks like a Quaker, yeah. Now look, I like the Quaker Oats stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are unfortunately the mothers that own Aunt Jemima, and they changed the thing into the Pearl Mining Company.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of pissed me off about Quaker Oats because, they were one of the last ones that didn't seem to have any of that BS behind them, and then suddenly.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that push in order to get it.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's so insane. Yeah, it's
the woke community.
Right. It's the tyranny of the minority.
You're so goddamn woke.
What it is. Right. Exactly.
Right.
Kelvin says cancel culture sucks. I concur. I miss Norman Lear in memoriam. Yeah. Oh my God. Norman Lear would be he's rolling in his grave.
Oh, I'm sure.
About that. He's probably halfway to China by now.
I know, China.
I mean, geez Louise. The shit's just out of hand. Lear was revolutionary. He'll be missed. Yes. In Cleveland, we are called Cleveland Guardians. Oh, yeah, you were the Cleveland Indians. Unbelievable.
Cleveland Guardians.
Okay.
So that means the Indians don't exist?
I know. They're just trying. It's like, okay, well, let's just remove them from history. That's really
what
what
happens
they're
if
doing.
you have Indian in your blood and you're called a guardian? Because you're not allowed to say the word Indian no more?
I guess. I mean, look, it is incredible. I don't know. It's frustrating because all of those teams, getting back to the Washington Redskins, when you saw the Redskins logo on the side of the, helmet, they're paying reverence to the tribe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we are the mighty Washington Redskins, and that was the whole thing. And the tribe, even right now, there are several tribes from that region that are suing to bring back the Washington Redskins.
As they should.
Yeah, because they're like, what are you doing? Who the hell told you to do this?
That's kind of offensive to remove it.
Oh, it's totally offensive. Yeah, it is. It's just that's really that and a few other things. I don't watch NFL football. anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was like the, cherry on the top, or the straw that broke the camel's back, or whatever the hell. I was just like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Newsom being Prez, good God. Oh yeah, it's possible. Anything in this world is possible, unfortunately, as we've seen. Michael Taylor, that's why I'm glad we have great pop culture of the past to distract us from the horrible stuff going on in the world. Yes, I have to agree with that fully. Right. Steve says they had a classic Jack Davis Frankenstein like Skelly, but it was pricey, like the creepy poster. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, that would be fantastic. I'd love to see one of those. Blood on the Cake. Okay. Again, fantastic episode. Love sharing childhood memories. I was asking about Stephanie, right, Mike? Glad you made it. Yes. Michael Taylor was inquiring last week about you coming on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And at that point, I was like, I don't know, Michael Taylor. And he's like, no, don't tell me that.
And what you should do, Mike, like
that type of thing. He was getting
like
a little trauma.
We talked about Humongous. You should open up a kick count. It's super easy, and show Humongous there.
Okay, I gotta say a couple of things. They may sting a little, Stephanie, but kick, not yet. And this is the reason why I say kick not yet. I've been on Kick. I took your recommendation, went on to Kick, and it's largely a gaming platform for people that game live. They hardly have any other cultural things going on the platform right now.
Well, right.
And
but like if you were gonna like do the movie night, you could show it over there.
That's true.
I'm sure all the people here would come over.
It's true, but also too, I could just as easily show it on Rumble. I've got Rumble set up. I've got an active channel on Rumble. Rumble allows everything as well. There's no censorship over there, and they also have a live platform that you can do your thing. So I was just looking because Kick is an up and coming channel. They're adding stuff. Like you can tell when you go to it, you look at what they've got in the categories and stuff, and it's like Rumble was 2 years ago. Yeah. And it's good. I hope they survive because we need more of those. There's no doubt about that,
Right. I only found them just because I watch Outlaw Morgan, and he's over there all the time. He's not a gamer. He's if you ever check out Outlaw Morgan, even on YouTube, you'll see what he is.
Oh, okay. Have you ever used Discord?
Yeah, I have a Discord account.
Have you ever gone live on there?
I have, I think. Well, I've gone live on somebody else's Discord. You can go live. They do censor you, though, I will say, because there was a notice that came out about censoring, about you're not allowed to talk about like the COVID and shit.
Oh, right.
Which is so ridiculous.
Oh, that's.
And you're in a private group. I'm in a private channel. You can't find my channel unless I send you a link.
Okay, that's ridiculous. Okay, that's where, and that if that's the case, once again, I would go, because Rumble, you can talk about whatever the hell you want. They're absolutely everything is go.
Can you play music over? You can play music and all that stuff.
You can play music, everything. I play what I do, like for the Rumble channel right now. It's kind of like it kind of feeds to YouTube, so I'll advertise on Rumble that I'm having a live show, and then I'll play a trailer or two trailers of movies that would be otherwise I would get either one of two things. I would get a copyright strike or a copyright claim on YouTube. Yeah. But they just they don't give a shit on Rumble. I just play them, and that's it.
Oh wow.
Okay. No problems whatsoever.
Right.
With Rumble. Eric says, here's a link for Stephanie's channel. Indeed. folks, head on over there if you haven't
Sweet.
already.
Thank you, Eric. I didn't even see that.
Check it out. Subscribe. Also, too, it's in the description of the show. You can find
thank you.
Link to the channel. Tonka is still in business. Eric just checked. Holy Toledo. But I bet you, though, some of the parts, at least some of the parts, are probably plastic.
I'm sure. By now?
Yeah, by now. God, man. I mean, it's got to be made in China, right?
China.
Yeah. In China.
It's China. Gotta love China.
Yeah, it's plastic crap, I'm sure of it. I just get this, I don't know, because throughout the years, they get all the, everything changes. They lose the original people that kept up the quality control. And
right.
It's has fleas like Russian roulette game. You spin the tail at your own risk. Oh, Russian roulette. Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I got
you. Do. You spin the tail of the dog.
Of the dog, and the fleas may or may not jump off.
Yeah, exactly.
Going on?
But I can't remember like the object of the game. I don't really remember.
Okay. Jack in the Box, of course. Now there's a Jack in the Box has got to be one of the most classic toys ever, right? Because that thing was out there. It's been around. It has to have been around for over 100 years by now.
Oh,
I think it was in the 19th century.
Oh God, yeah. I think everybody had a damn Jack in the Box.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah.
Big wheels. I remember people. I did not have a big wheel, but I remember people that had big wheels. Riding around there.
Right.
Damn thing. Monopoly, of course, old school. Everybody had a freaking Monopoly.
Even today, the Monopoly. I mean, it's like the same, but they upgraded it. I don't know.
Yes.
I like the old school one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was the thing. Now they've got it all kind. You could, matter of fact, now I believe it's possible for you to make your own custom Monopoly. You go through a company. They do a custom Monopoly board. I mean, it costs you an arm and a leg, but they will actually make Monopoly boards for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. With the little pieces and stuff, custom pieces. Those hollow wheels sure did. Great TV. Norman Lear. Yeah, of course. I had a pedal car. Yeah, pedal cars were big. Wagons I had a wagon. It's just a wagon. It's like one of those red wagons that you have the handle and you pull it around.
Oh, yeah. I think I had one.
Yeah, I think that was like one of those standard. It was kind of like one of those things, almost like I don't know, almost like roller skates or
hula.
Yeah, what are those like? What is that like what am I talking about? It's not a bobsled for the ice, but it's just a little
just
thing.
a regular sled. We used to go tobogganing all the time.
Yeah, toboggan. Yeah, those were like everybody had those,
Oh, hell yeah. You had to.
Yeah, because like even oh God, I just totally lost it. We were just talking about pulling the what is it called?
The sled, the toboggan sled?
No.
The wagon?
The wagon, thank you.
Yeah.
I just literally it went out of my head. Yeah, wagon. Wagon. You could do stuff with it. That was the thing. They were functional. You could put stuff in the wagon and haul it around and haul people haul people around too. And we would also, I think we would tie it to our bike. Like you could tie it to your bike and then haul somebody around on it.
Right.
You know, with varying degrees of success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
That would, sometimes that would get a little precarious. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Woke people take offense for the unoffended by offending us all. Yeah.
You're right.
That is correct. Spot on, Steve Harrison. For years, there was a to-die-for toy that was hard to get. Cabbage Patch Kids, Elmo, and a few others. Yeah, that was way beyond my years. All of that stuff, Cabbage Patch Kids and Elmo and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, you know, like, of course, because when you're a kid, like let's say you start getting stuff, you're 4 years old, that you remember. Let's put it that way. Like, you know, from 4 to 12, maybe. And that's your window. So I was definitely a 70s kid, you know, early 70s. For me, you know. Right. So there you go. That was kind of the deal. And then you just don't really pay attention to them, you know.
Right. So you were like in the late 60s to the early 70s.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was born in 62. So like, you know, stuff that you would get like, well, in the late, as I was saying, like Hot Wheels. Eric just said he pinned it down. They came out in 68. I remember that. I remember clearly going to the store with my aunt in Denver, Colorado, and she bought me and my brother the Corvette Hot Wheels.
Oh, wow.
And that was the first one, to our knowledge, that ever came out, because we were like, what is this? It's a Hot Wheels car. What does it do? You know, and all that stuff. And so, and they were like, I don't know, they were like 50 cents or something at the time, or some.
Oh my God.
Maybe even less than that, maybe a quarter. I don't know.
Oh my God.
But they were so cheap, and my aunt was like, I'll get you both one.
Oh God.
That whole thing.
Expensive.
They're now they're ridiculous.
Let me see. I mean, Hot Wheels.
If you want original Hot Wheels, you know, oh boy.
We're talking about the ones that you sat in, right?
No, these are like this big. You know, they're like 3 inches.
Oh, okay.
And then
I'm thinking about the ones that you sat in.
Oh, you're talking about the big wheels. They're called big wheels, you know?
Do you know the original 16 Hot Wheels cars from 1968, the red line, are valued at over $1 million?
There you go. It's ridiculous. Now that's probably new on card, right? In
the initial model sold 69 to 89 cents each, which is about $6 to $7.60 today.
Yes. Wow, that's incredible. $1 million.
How come you ain't got your original Hot
Wheels? If I had all the stuff I had in the late 60s and 70s and even 80s, stuff that I got, you know.
Now, just alone the white custom Camaro is $3,000, and that was in 2019.
Wow, that is crazy.
Wow.
Jacob Bornowski is here. Hello, Jacob. Great to see you. Excellent. Steve says,
unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
That is crazy. I mean, people think, you know, you think about that and you're like, well, if I had all the stuff that I had as a kid, I'd be a multi-millionaire. But of course, the thing is that, of course, you got to play with them now. I mean, you're a kid. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you always got to buy two.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. I tell you, people, and I'm sure there were, could you imagine like if you grew up with the collector's mentality,
I know.
You would definitely be wealthy. There's no doubt. But maybe like if you're, or one of your parents was a collector,
right?
They would probably be like, yeah, look, you can have this. I'm going to buy one and put it in storage. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. You would just be unbelievably rich.
I know. Oh my God. That's your college fund.
Oh God. Oh yeah. You know, and perhaps your retirement fund.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
exactly.
Steve says Operation has been updated a lot. The most clever was an alien version. I remember seeing the alien version.
Is there an alien version one?
There's an alien version here. Look, I'm gonna.
Where do I get that? I would love to get that.
Yeah, I know. I would too. Operation. I'm putting it in. And I'm going to put it up on the board here, folks. So they've got to have a good photo of it. Oh, there it is. I guess that's it. Holy Jesus. All right. Check this out. Now this is it's not a particularly large picture, but there it is.
Where? Oh wow. Oh my God. Where can we get this?
Well, this one's on sale on eBay.
For how much?
Now let's take a look. I'm going to go to the thing here. Okay, it's not letting me
I don't
go.
have an eBay account.
Jeez Louise, come on, man. What is going on? Was not letting me go to it. Here, hold on. Yeah, just. Oh, that's so weird. Visit. See if that works. Oh, there it goes. Alien Autopsy. Oh, check this out. Oh, it's not even that. Huh. What? Is this the same one? Yes, it is. Okay, here's the game. I'm putting it on the screen. Alien Autopsy.
Is all the parts there?
Well, it says Demert Company Alien Autopsy Game 1997, Rare 100 Complete.
What does that mean?
That means that it is complete. There it is. There's your, you know, the alien.
Oh, Mike, I don't have an eBay. I should send you money to get it.
You want this? Here, hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
I'm gonna get it for Simona. She loves aliens.
Okay.
But I don't have an eBay account.
Oh, yeah. Look, I tell you, just that's no problem. You can send me, you can PayPal me, and I'll get it for you. But let me check something.
Yeah, how much is it total?
Well, it says it's $20 plus $15 shipping, $35. But hold on. There's other ones. Oh, here's one that's even cheaper.
There is?
Well, it's one for $12.95, but it may not be complete.
Yeah, but is it complete? We want the complete one.
Wow, look at that. Whoa. Are you seeing this? Okay, good.
I wonder if it works. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Like,
here, let me
if
see.
it's complete, but does it actually go zzz, zzz?
Yeah, I know exactly. Where the hell's the description? Okay. What? God, this guy didn't even put a description in here. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, not a good sign. Well, that's why it's $12.90 back then.
Yeah, I know. For
you're probably paying for a picture of it.
Okay, what
is
the
picture? That's it.
Oh, this one's no longer available. The $20 one's no longer available, Stephanie.
All right, we'll go back to the other one.
Okay, now this one's
Oh, wait,
available.
the $20 one is no longer available?
Well, there's another $20 one right here. Okay, let's see what he says. Where's the descriptions? What is going on here with eBay?
I don't know.
Good Lord.
That's why I don't have an eBay account. I don't understand. Wait a minute. Maybe
Okay,
go back up. Go back up. Show more
There it
info.
is.
Show more.
Well, it says CD. Okay, it says C
Show
details.
more.
Okay. Hold on. Here it is right here. Okay, here's the original. It's still, this one's available. Oh, it says missing 2 body parts and 1 playing piece. Well, that's no good, right? Uh-oh. Stephanie we may have lost her, folks. Are you there?
I'm still here.
Okay, there you are. You just dropped off the screen for a second.
Oh, that's weird.
But here's the one for $20, Stephanie. And it says missing 2 body parts and 1 playing piece. That's no good. You don't want that.
The other one.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. Check it out. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Now here's one that's it's brand new. It's sealed in the box. Now it's $60 though. Pardon? Hold on.
Is it brand new though?
It's brand new. Literally.
Oh, wow.
It is. Yeah, okay. Where am I? I've got to close these out. This is getting ridiculous. Where am I? There it is. Okay. There. That one is $60, but it's sealed in the box. So it's literally,
that's not bad.
No, that's really good for a 1997 game.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you can make an offer. Now, although it does, yeah, you could still make, I bet you the guy would probably take $50 on it. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. Alien Autopsy game requires two AA batteries not included. New packaging, has light storage wear, but overall nice condition. There it is. So it's brand new.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, but once again, as you can see, God, we could go through this because there's a lot of them here.
Some of them are even more expensive than that.
Ooh, I wonder how that is. Ooh. Yeah, some of them are more expensive, but whoa, I gotta check that out. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's the same one, right? No, it isn't. Now here's another one. I don't know what that means. It says unpunched open box.
Unpunched.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how you play this. You see, they got these little things. How does that work?
I have no idea. Is it a board game or is it an operation?
Well, no, it's an operation. I mean, you have to pull the organs out of the alien or put them back in, right?
Or is it a board game?
Well, that's what you got to do. It's got the little thing just like Operation. But in order to yeah, there's the little board pieces. That's what it is.
Okay.
And so you go around the board, and then it's your turn to do to do an operation, right?
Oh my God. Okay. So this one, I don't know what unpunched open box means.
I don't know what that means either.
That's
it is cheap. It is cheaper though. You can make an offer on it. Once again, I'm just saying because.
But the other one's wrapped up, right?
The other one's totally sealed.
All right, let's get the other one. How much would it be for the other one?
It's never been played before.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, this is the one here. This one is new in box, and it's hard to say. Now he's asking $60. He says was $75. Now he might, and of course it's plus $14 shipping. Right? He might take $50.
So how do you make an offer?
Oh, I just make an offer.
Make an offer.
And then they get back. Okay, so as long as you're agreeable to that price.
Yeah, then what I'll do is I'll PayPal you whatever it is plus the shipping. And just have them ship it directly here.
Okay, I think they can do that.
Yeah, they can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. You see, here's the whole thing, Stephanie. Like with eBay, you've got, I don't know if you can have them ship it somewhere else because you're buying it. You're the one buying it. You see what I'm saying? If you have,
but what if you're like, this is a Christmas gift for somebody who lives out in California? I'm buying it, but whatever the shipping is for California, put it in there.
No, you might have to. It may be one of those things where I may have to ship it from here.
Okay, well, let me know.
Okay, I'll ask him. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna ask him about the shipping. So I'm gonna bookmark it and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah, definitely let me know because obviously we want the one that's new. Hopefully it still works.
Oh, I would imagine. God, if it's sealed in the box, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if like when it gets shuffled around, if it causes the electronic part inside to come loose. You know, you never know. It's over time. It's not like you're going into a store.
It is true. You're absolutely right, but it does say a brand new, unused, unopened, undamaged item.
I would get the seal one too, Mike. You're right.
Requires 2 AA batteries. New packaging has light storage wear. That's it.
All right, we'll message him.
Okay, I'll send him a message. I've saved that. So
send him a message.
Now check this out. This is totally kick-ass. Has anybody seen this or played it? It's the Thing Infection at Outpost 31 board game. Ooh.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh. Well, they've already sold 30 of the suckers.
Oh my God, they must have stacked up.
Yeah. Whoa. That looks really quite cool indeed. Oh, wow. And you've got the little, look at that. It's like a little thing creature.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh my God. $60. Wow.
Nice.
Now
not bad though.
Yeah, it's not bad, but you can always find, like the guy wants $60. Now here's a guy that's selling it for $49, make an offer. And let's see what it says. It says brand new, unused, unopened. So that's even a better deal. I'm gonna save that one.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's not like it's cheap, but
yeah, right.
I just love, I love The Thing, the movie. And that could be a hell of a deal right there. Oh, I see. God damn it. Sorry about that, guys.
What's that?
I meant to copy this link. I didn't I did. I showed you the creature anyways.
Look at Etsy to see if they have it there.
Pretty good. Yeah, let me see something. What was the one we were talking about? It was I just want to see if they've got it. Hot Wheels. You said it was like 1968.
Yeah.
Camaro. No? Red lines. Red lines. That was it. Holy shit.
What?
Well, they've got them. I mean, they're not okay. The ones that are open. Here's one. I'm going to bring it back. Now, this guy's claiming this is an original. Check this out. This is presumably original Mattel 1968 Hot Wheels Red Line Hot Heap Red. And it's got a bid for $36.
Oh, wow.
So it's cheap. Yeah, the whole thing about these, of
What
course,
is it called? Original Mattel 68 Hot Wheels Red Line?
Red Line. Yeah.
It's a Roadster?
Yeah, well, no, this particular model's the Hot Heap.
The which one?
They call it the Hot Heap. It says Model T, Hot Heap, Model T Roadster. But that's what Hot Wheels would do. They would make these names, you know, like these funky names for their cars. And this one's called the Hot Heap.
Wait, hold on. Let me.
So that's cheap.
Hot
The key is getting these mint on the card. That's where they're $3,000 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because how many people have these mint on card? Nobody.
Yeah, right. Somebody's selling on Etsy 1968 Mattel Hot Wheels Red Line for $1,156.
But is it mint on card? It's got to be brand new.
It looks different than yours.
Unopened?
I don't know. I'd have to bring you around and show you. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm like you, Mike. Let's see. How do I turn the camera around? How the heck do I turn the camera so it goes?
Oh.
No, I turned the camera off. But how do I turn the camera around?
That's a good question.
Well, you know, I could do it like this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get all my crap out of the way. I got my charger here. Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Bear with me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now that looks like an El Camino or something.
It is vintage from the 60s. Let's see. Learn more about it. It's a custom fleet side orange 1968 red line. Excellent one owner based on the red line price guide. That's what it is. It doesn't say in a box. It's steel rubber plastic. And it's for $1156.40.
And you said it was a fleet side?
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying
that's a fleet side model right there.
Fleet side, yeah.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, so it depends on the model then, I guess. Because this one is obviously, well, look, the one that I was just showing, it's obviously used, right? I mean, if you look at this thing, it's got chips off I can see on the paint there, it's chipped.
Yeah.
It's, but I'm still surprised that it's so cheap.
Oh, wow. Yeah, really? I am too. Let me see if I can find it, because now on Etsy, there's some other cars.
Yeah.
There's one for $411, $911.
Yeah.
There's Hot Wheels red line lot of 17 for $275. Yeah, they're ranging like $700, $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. once again, here's another one, same car, but this one's green.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 1968, and it's 45 bucks. Guy's selling it for 45
I
bucks.
haven't found your car that you got up there. I don't know why it's not. I put it in hot heap. Hold on. Hot heap, right?
Hot heap. That's it.
Let's see if there's anything on Etsy that's a hot heap.
Okay,
not
this
seeing
guy,
a hot heap.
check this shit out. Man, what really is happening is my question, because check this out. Okay, this guy's selling like a dozen of them. He claims that they're all from 1968 to 1969 red line car lot.
Okay.
Hot Wheels, 12 cars, which with the Mustang and a Ford Ferrari. And he's selling them, but there's 2 bids for $152.
Well, I have one here from the lot of 17 for $275.
Okay. Yeah, this still has 6 days left to go on bidding, so I'm sure it's going to like quadruple.
Oh, I have a hot heap here. Okay, I finally found one. It's green.
Yeah.
It's green and it's for $149.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's more like it. That's more like the price.
$149.97.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, there's a Mattel Hot Wheels Redline Custom Cougar, $596.
God, insane, man. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this guy's selling, his magenta color Olds 442 for $1,100.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. And it's not even, it's used.
Oh, here's another hot heap for $298.
On it.
$298.
Okay.
It's purple.
I wonder if Steve is there. Yeah, Steve, what was that game he was talking about? Hey, Steve, what was that ghost game you were talking about? Steve Harrison.
$182. Are you for real? Personalized wooden toy garage shelf. $182 for that. Looks like it's made out of cardboard.
Yeah. Green Ghost. Check this out. You ever play?
You can store in the garage. Oh yeah, it's got 2 levels. Well, I guess if you have a lot of cars and you want to have like a storage garage for the children, for your son, that might be.
Yeah.
And I think they put the kid's name on the top. That's why they're charging $182, because it says Mark.
Ooh.
And then when you take the mouser off and stop the video, it says Robert. So yeah, you can have your kid's name on it. But yeah, no, you're right. These cars are worth a lot of money.
They are. Check out. Did you ever play this game, Stephanie?
Which one? Let me go back.
God, this is just such a pain in the arse. Here we go. I'll put it back up on the thing here.
Whoopsie.
Here we go. The green ghost.
Green ghost? No. Don't think I played that.
It was a great game, man. Here, let me bring up I'll have to do this. Yeah, this is much better. I'm amazed they actually have these things.
No, I don't think I played that one.
There.
Or maybe I had that. Maybe I had the box because I was like, ooh, because I always was into spooky shit. You know what I like? The viewfinder, and I always had the werewolf one and all that. And it looked 3D.
Oh yeah,
my favorite.
Viewfinder was another one.
For hours.
Viewfinder was another one. I love. Great stuff. Really great stuff. This was a hell of a game because at some point you had to reach your hand inside a box And there could be like various types of creatures in there and stuff. And you had to because you had to reach your hand in, from what I remember, to get a key, a skeleton key.
Oh my God.
That was part of the whole deal with it. And
wow.
It was really quite cool. A hell of a game. Green Ghost.
Green Ghost.
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool.
So now this one's obviously selling it for $110. Let's see what he says. For sale is a near complete. You see that?
Near complete? You want $110? Come on.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Missing pieces, some numbers, dividers for spinner, and 3 folding boxes and the snakes.
You're missing everything.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, no. Is there another one on there?
Yes. There's a lot of them.
My God.
I bet you this one probably is better. Let's take a look.
Yeah, if you've got everything.
It's got to be complete or it's no good. Yeah, this one's complete. And it's all, the great thing about this, Stephanie, is that it's all, you played it in the dark.
Yes.
It's a glow in the dark game.
Yeah.
And so you could only see the stuff on the board and this weird looking green ghost creature that you have to spin it to make your move.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole thing. But yeah, if you want a complete board game, you have to, it's $195.
Oh my God.
A lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It is. But that's totally cool. So that's Green Ghost.
Yeah.
Let me get back to the chat here, man.
I know, right?
I know we've had
a lot of people bailing.
We've had a lot. I know people are bailing.
People are bailing because we've been on for 3 hours. Well,
I know,
you've been on 3.5. I've only been on 3.
Jesus, it's all.
And everybody's doing
right.
for Christmas.
Holy Toledo!
I know.
Okay, Douglas had to go.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you, Douglas.
Yeah, I think he's gone. He's been gone. Yeah, everybody's bailing.
Oh, I see.
And I'm probably gonna have to bail myself too.
I know. Yeah, this is it. We're gonna just go through this last couple of chats here and call it a day.
And then we're gonna say bye, bitches.
Eric says, bit of self-promo here. You can get a copy of Golden Era Comics Presents number 5, featuring the first appearance of my character, Mr. Muck, on Indie Planet. There you go, folks. If you're interested, go to indieplanet.com /Golden Era 5. And check it out. Oh, unpunched refers to cardboard pieces you have to remove during the operation. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Eric says, I wrote and drew Mr. Muck. Chapter 2 is slated for issue number 7 sometime next year. Excellent, Eric.
Nice.
Michael Taylor says, I would get the sealed one because he may be dishonest. Things could be missing. Yeah, they always try to pull that shit too. Board games are my specialty. They have an Alien game like this too, Evil Dead as well. Not to mention Walking Dead. Wow.
Nice.
Very cool. The Thing game looks fun. Yep. I'm definitely interested. I'm just going to have to take a closer look at that. You can also rent Horror Mike's Witch Tales via Amazon. Yes, you can. Folks.
Yeah.
Steve says games like The Thing have random cards you draw, dice to roll, strategies to use, and a risk of being infected like in the movie.
Yeah.
Eric says, I have 3 illustrations in the Indelible Comics coloring book number 1 available on Amazon for cheap. There it is, folks. Check that out. Steve says, beware when it comes to Hot Wheels Redline, as they have done a re-release.
Oh.
Well, we may have been looking at re-releases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric says you have to check the underside of the vehicles for the date stamps. Hot
Yeah,
Wheels
true.
revived the red line, calling them the red editions. Ugh.
Oh, wow.
Well, that kind of throws some cold water on that whole damn thing.
Little monkey wrench in it. You just gotta make sure they're legit. That's all.
Steve says mint in the pack are worth the most and most rare. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apex, yes, he wants his 90 cents. Oh boy. Yes, he wants his 97 cents too.
Yeah.
Green Ghost. Green Ghost. Eric, please take note of what Steve Harrison is saying. You have to pay attention to the seller's descriptions. Mercury Cougar was a cool car. It's been great being here on this holiday. I have several things to do. Hope to catch the rest of the show later. Everyone have a great weekend. See you, Eric. I know you're already gone, but see you again.
Aww.
I never had Green Ghost. I did. It was a great game. Gabriella Toloy says, I have to go, unfortunately. So great being here with you all tonight. Nice to catch up with you again, Steph.
Everybody's
Happy
out.
holidays, everyone. Steve says, couldn't find Green Ghost commercial. Stephanie, I love the Viewmaster. Yes. Yeah, the books that came with them, too, were totally cool.
Oh, yeah.
Merry Christmas. A lot of trees. Merry Xmas, everyone. See you Friday. See you, Steph. Great show. Loved it.
Aww.
Apex Comics Christmas Eve live stream tonight.
Oh, really?
9 p.m. Central. Woo! I'll be over there, Apex. I'll be checking you out, man.
Wait a minute.
We
want to be subscribed to that. I think we are. Yes.
Okay, good. That's Apex Comics. I'll be checking that out.
We're gonna hop on tonight.
Excellent. Arguably your best show, Mike. Wow.
What?
Well, now considering Stephanie was on it.
That's not true.
That was a game changer on this one. I'll tell you. Sorry, what? What did he say? Sorry, Sleepy.
He's sleepy. He fell asleep.
Oh, I got you. Mike, Stephanie, and Chad, have a great Christmas. You too. Excellent, fantastic show. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. Let's stop this screen. There we go. Thank you, Stephanie, so much for being on the show. You're absolutely fantastic.
I mean, Santa's favorite hoe.
And I knew it was going to be something like, kind of like this with the toys, because once everybody starts remembering their favorite toys from yesteryear,
right?
Man, you could be on the damn show for 10 hours. I swear
I know, right?
It's already been, as you said, over 3.5 hours. Good Lord. But we still have 10 people. Well, we have 9 people watching it now as it starts narrowing down.
I know they're dwindling. They're dwindling. They probably have to go past. Such as I.
Yes. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Maybe I'll see you tonight over at Apex.
Yeah, I'll pop on.
If not, I will be in touch with you this week about the alien autopsy.
Yes, please.
Okay?
Please do, because I want to get it.
Let me find out about that, and I will get back to you.
Okay.
About that. Okay. All right, you guys, everybody in the chat, have a great Christmas. And if I don't talk to you, I'll see you all next Friday night. But don't forget, Apex is having a show tonight. And so I'm going to be over there hanging out. And so is Stephanie. So maybe we'll see some of you guys over at the Apex show tonight.
Yes.
Folks. So in any case, you guys
be there or be square.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, take care. It was great seeing y'all. It was fantastic having you on the show, Stephanie.
Oh, thank you.
Always a pleasure. And,
thank you.
All right, you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes.